You call me fat? You are.
This is a marathon of our latest fat compilations.
We got Wendy's. I definitely said apples and not fries, but okay. 2-year-old's plate.
Wait, those free.
I mean, 3-year-old's plate.
Is this one empty? Is this empty?
It just has her toy.
It has a toy in it too?
Yes.
I know what I got. I got a
6-year-old's plate.
Yeah. Hey, no, this is my food. Hey, you're not a dog. Hey, you're not a dog.
He shouldn't be.
Open.
I don't know. I didn't do that. Let me go see. 8-year-old's plate. And the girls have milk, and my son has strawberry lemonade, and the rest of us are having whatever we got. Love you guys.
Isn't this child neglect?
I feel bad for the poor kids. For real, those poor huge kids. It's giving Amberlynn Reed. I asked for an apple with my sandwich, not chips.
Why do you never know how old your kids are?
Looks good. That looks delicious, actually.
I know this sounds bad,
Okay.
but that bite was like worth being fat for. Even just for a split second.
You go get him!
To be honest, I almost tasted that first bite. It sounded magical. I ate a really good dessert once and thought to myself, I'll never be skinny.
If you are a plus-size person who is tired of shopping at the same 3 places, please give me 90 seconds of your time and I will change your life and blow your mind. Today, I want to introduce you to Foria Fits, a platform that is designed specifically to help you find clothing to fit your body. Foria Fits centers the needs of plus-size women, non-binary, and trans people, and prioritizes supporting clothing brands focused on sustainability, ethics, and inclusion. It is incredibly simple and straightforward. You make a profile, you put in your information, including your measurements, fit issues you tend to have, style preferences, and then from there, you are able to browse hundreds of brands and get so much information about which ones could be a good fit for you.
This is amazing. Next stage may be incorporating mid-size people. I'm a 12 to 14 in straight sizing, and I have such a hard time finding stuff that actually fits me. I am not just a larger skinny person.
It gave me 0 options after I chose my options.
Have you heard of the 3-bite rule?
What's the 3-bite rule?
It's the 3-bite rule, and basically you take the first bite to satisfy the craving. The second bite to savor the flavor. The third bite, okay, you're good. And then after that, you're pushing it away.
Nailed it. P.S. Don't take advice from toxic skinny talk. But if you can eat a cream donut in 3 bites, respect.
Or respect if you can say no to donuts.
3-bite rule is an ED.
3 bites of things you wouldn't allow yourself on a diet. It is better to satisfy the craving instead of not eating it at all. I was always told the 3-bite rule was that you have to try something 3 times before you decide you don't like it.
For 3 bites, I'd need 3 cream donuts.
Some airlines are reportedly set to launch standing seats in 2026.
I went to the doctor yesterday to get my next one out. And I was sitting there with the nurse and she's like, okay, let's get your height and weight. And I was like, girl, my height hasn't changed since I was 15. And I'm like, why do you need this information? I'm literally like, you're opening me up with a scalpel, taking out a little thing, and like, that's it. Also, fun fact, when she finally took out the next one on and showed me, I saluted it because it was the one I had during college. Anyways, but like, I'm used to it. They always weigh me when they're like, okay, and I stand on it backwards so I can't look at it. I'm not really paying attention. And she was, oh my God, you lost 8 pounds. I don't know what she was referencing to. Like, could she see my weight? That was like a weight a week ago, which obviously I didn't lose 8 pounds in a week, but anyways. And I literally went like this. I went, because I was like, I don't, okay. And then she went, well, aren't you happy? What are you doing? And I was starting to get like annoyed and I went, vibing. Because this also reminds me of a time I was also at a gynecologist when I did this. I think it's when I was getting my Nexplanon put in, and I was talking to the nurse, and I was like, she's like, oh, how's life going? I'm like, good. I just got to grad school in Chicago. I'm like going there in a month. And she was like, oh my god, congratulations. Do all the nurse stuff. The gynecologist comes in, and she was like, oh my god, her congratulations are in order. And I was like, thank you. I got into grad school, and she was like, oh my god, yeah, you lost 20 pounds. But I don't know. They didn't give me a diploma for losing 20 pounds, so. Guys, not that I don't know how I lost weight or gained weight. I never know. But, like, don't congratulate people. You don't know why someone's losing. You don't know if they're sick. You don't know if they have an ED. Like, what? I heard you got into a master's program, but have you considered being a thin bitch?
So basically you are bragging that you started a master's program and are making fun of doctors. Of course you should congratulate someone for losing weight since not all people are deluded like you. You are a bad person. The doctors were nice and trying to make you feel good. And you just make fun of them. Bad.
Lost over 150 pounds in a year cause I was literally too heartbroken to eat after my fiancé, partner of 8 years cheated left me. When my doctor saw me she said I looked amazing, and to keep it up.
Crying and asking them not to discuss your weight traumatizes the office and they never do that to you again. Side note, it also traumatizes you. Because weight determines the amount of anesthesia needed, be it local or general.
Toilet paper. It has like grooves in it. So you stick it in the groove and then you wrap it around and then you stick it in the groove and then you reach however you want to reach.
If you get to the point where you got to buy an attachment to wipe your own ass, it's time to get a membership to the gym, okay?
I could have spent 2 lives not knowing this and be happy.
How do you replace the paper?
Have you been dying to have dinner at Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers, and we range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney tips and tricks. On this episode of If I Fit Size Fits, we had dinner at Storybook Dining at Artist Point. This restaurant is located at Wilderness Lodge and is a character dining option where you can meet characters like Grumpy, Dopey, Snow White, and even the Evil Queen. The seating here consists of half booths and tables, and all of the chairs here have arms. This is definitely something that we were not expecting. If we had known this ahead of time, we would have asked the hostess for a chair without arms when checking in. Most of us fit comfortably in the chairs with arms, but one of us did need a chair without. And the hostess was super nice and accommodating and found one for her. For $67 per adult, we got 3 shared appetizers, our choice of entree, and 4 shared desserts. All of the appetizers were gluten allergy friendly. They have an allergy friendly menu available upon request. The shrimp came with a Bloody Mary vinaigrette. Very flavorful and everyone liked it, but I do think there was a little too much celery salt. It should be noted I don't like celery. Next up was the smoky mushroom bisque. This was good in a way that it tastes like smoky dirt, if that makes sense. I think we would all agree that this isn't something that we would ever order on our own.
Ow, we do agree. Pizza and burgers are your thing, we know.
Stars of the appetizers were these Hunter Harvest meatballs. They're made with turkey and chicken, and they were savory, sweet, and just all around delicious. For dinner, almost everyone got the Royal Prime Rib. This came with horseradish mashed potatoes, carrots, and a Yorkshire pudding. If you don't like horseradish, you can always substitute your mashed potatoes out for plain. The prime rib was really well cooked, and it wasn't overly salty like some other prime ribs on Disney property. Deanna really liked the Yorkshire pudding. Katie got the slow braised pork shank. This came with polenta and spinach. She said the pork was very tender and she really enjoyed it. During our meal, we got an invitation to meet the Evil Queen. Honestly, I think she just might be misunderstood. For dessert, we had the poison apple, which was dark chocolate apple mousse with a sour center. We were worried about the sour center, but it actually worked pretty well. Next, we had the cookies and cream panna cotta. This was a surprising favorite, and we loved the chocolate rocks. It actually kind of tasted like the gray stuff from Be Our Guest. Finally, we had the meringue and gooseberry tart. This was tart, but also sweet, and the crust was delicious. It was also served warm, which was a nice surprise. Katie was able to get gluten-free variations of these desserts, and she really enjoyed them. The final dessert was brought out in a chest, and they were enchanted chocolate hearts. Talk about presentation. These were really cute. Overall, we really enjoyed this dining experience, and the character interactions really made it for us. We hope that these tips help and that you enjoy your dinner with Snow White.
Final dessert? How many were there? Isn't this a little too much food?
Most of us fit comfortably. Let's think about that.
Of course you think there should be less celery.
A chair having arms being a problem is a problem.
So, usually I fit in chairs.
It doesn't has to be this way.
We'll take 4 sofas for the table, please.
Tons of fun.
How is the second pair bigger than the first pair?
Has she just had puppies?
Is that the organs preparing an escape plan?
I think I figured out why having a crush on a skinny person when you're fat feels literally illegal. This is something I've honestly been thinking about for quite some time. I feel like as a child, I was always embarrassed anytime I had a crush on someone. And I wasn't embarrassed for me, I was embarrassed for them, which is honestly just sad, but true.
I just want to express my opinion at the start. So basically it's clear that she has a problem. The problem is in her mind. Her mindset is the problem. She is qualifying people on fat versus thin. Why would she always have weight on mind? So she says that weight matters in every aspect of life, and is always aware of it, but if someone else notices her weight, that's a problem.
I think the reason why this is because the thought of me having a crush on someone has always been kind of seen as a joke, if that makes sense. Like in middle school, high school vibes, I remember anytime I had a crush on someone, it was always played up as a joke. Or actually, even anytime I didn't have a crush on someone, like I could literally talk to a boy in school and like the mean girls would be like, oh my god, you have a crush on him. That's so cute.
But how is that related to your weight?
It's like always infantilized and I never really understood why. I feel embarrassed having a crush on someone, but now I think it's the narrative that it's cute or like funny for a fat person to have a crush on someone who's skinny, you know? I mean, I also think it being asked out as a joke definitely is a factor. I think that's traumatizing and honestly kind of adds to the entire idea that if you're fat, like your love is embarrassing or gross. And also like the fact that growing up, people treat you like that do want to date you. A lot of times, I'm pretty sure every fat woman has experienced like a man wanting to be with them in private but not in public. Honestly, I think the trauma from that mixed with like the entire narrative around fat people when you're in high school and middle school has created a problem for me because I still feel like this. Like I don't know how to not feel like that. Like there'll be times where I'm like holding my girlfriend's hand in public and I get embarrassed for her. That's crazy. That's so insane. Like I'm like, I just feel like you should be embarrassed to love me, which is really, like, that's so sad, but it's true. I think when you're part of a group of people that's seen as, like, disgusting, and, like, it was, like, 80% of women would say that they would rather get hit by a car than be fat, so, like, it's definitely one of those things that people see as the worst thing that can happen to you. Like, I think, like, a lot of people would be like, oh, you just need to, like, improve your self-confidence, and, like, I agree, but also it's so hard to unlearn all of that stuff that's been pushed down our throats for years. Like, it's a narrative that never goes away. Like, it's never in style to be fat, regardless of what people say that we're promoting obesity and all this shit. Like, that's literally not a thing. But ask if any of the other fat girlies relate to this, but unfortunately, I don't have to because I know many of us have experienced the same thing. So, fun.
Improving yourself will boost your confidence.
Seems odd to me. I have never been embarrassed about any crush I ever had.
Many customers are apparently purchasing footlong sandwiches and eating the entire 12 inches by themselves.
This is not how our products are intended to be consumed. Eating an entire foot of food shouldn't be possible for most people.
Sorry for pushing my body to the limit like an athlete. I'm sorry for being such a fucking high achiever that I can actually do what people don't think should be possible.
It's honestly frightening. I mean, you don't see people eating entire pizzas by themselves.
Hey, come round to my house on a Friday night. I'll show you something you've never fucking seen in your life.
I take that as a personal challenge.
Anytime I see a restaurant with an impossible food eating challenge, I'm always like, is that all?
The Onion is always funny.
Hello, I'm Hannah, and this is my corner of social media, which is all about plus size fashion, body image, body positivity, fat liberation, anti-diet culture. And I wanted to make it explicitly known that this is a safe space for fat and plus size people, because I fear that we just have less and less of those spaces where we are encouraged and celebrated for living our lives loudly and in rebellion of like diet culture and the beauty standard. It's also a radical act to exist in a fat body now more than ever. To witness the mass slim down of the masses from this point of view has been eye-opening and also in some ways, like, just hard, you know. The pressure to conform has been greatly amplified due to the view, the feeling, the reality that weight loss is more accessible now more than ever. And so to, you know, stay fat in this time is seen as an act of rebellion and an act of non-conformity, and people really don't like it when you don't conform to the standard. And we know that, right? We know that as fat people, but now more than ever I know that, you know. And so I just wanted to like take a second to recognize all that is, to recognize how triumphant it is to keep living loudly and unapologetically during this time, and also how exhausting it is. So if you're tired, if you feel let down, if you feel like we're losing allies and advocates, then I just want to make it clear that my little space here will always be open for fat folks. Always. Bye.
The idea that staying fat is sticking it to the man is kind of wild when you think about it. Harming yourself to prove a point. Or the harming will happen anyhow and you are just trying to find interesting reason? She wants to say, people are losing weight and I don't like it. That's not oppression. That's just other people making different choices. Maybe the issue isn't society. Maybe it's the mental gymnastics to try and justify your obesity. You can join the rebellion by eating 4 cakes a day and having a red inflamed face.
Always so grateful for this safe corner you have cultivated. Love it here. One of the few places I feel truly accepted.
Wait, every woman should be able to do 11 push-ups. Regular push-ups.
On the knees, okay?
No.
Oh my God.
Is that 11 push-ups in a lifetime? If so, I'm still behind.
I was so prepared to watch you do 11 push-ups.
Just a friendly reminder that fatphobia does exist. It is real. It kills fat people. And saying that none of this does exist just means you're ignorant, uneducated, and can't critically think. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Fear of being obese is, and should be, a legit thing. Fat can kill you, not the fear. Or you want to say how people treat fat people? I think it all comes down to the person. You are a disgusting person, but not because of your weight.
Honestly, just lose the weight. I lost 40 pounds and I'm still fat, but my life is so much better, and I never would have believed it until I did it. But saying that everyone is fat phobic won't fix any of your issues unless you lose weight.
Honestly, no. I didn't ask for your opinion on my body, nor did I ask for health advice. Please go where you deserve and stop harassing fat people on the internet.
Don't think I don't notice you fat people. When you sit at lunch with fat people, they always eat the least to try and prove to the other rest of the table that they're not greedy. As soon as they leave the meeting, of course, they get into the car, open up the emergency donut rations. You ain't tricking me. Look at the size of you. So while you're doing your little game of, eating a little bit, pretend, oh no, I'm not hungry actually, you're fucking disgusting. I am proudly fat phobic. I don't want you anywhere the fuck near me. You might eat my dinner. Fuck off.
You might eat my dinner.
Good morning. Could I
have a belt extender, please?
Sorry?
Can I get a belt extender? Sure. Can I get a belt extender? 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 Can I get a belt extender for my seat? Also wanted to ask if I could use the customer size policy today. Okay, perfect.
What seat are you in?
3A.
I will find it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome, thank you.
Thank
you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, a red one. Also, tell the pilot, let's drive fast because I got to get back before Beyonce drops her album. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Do I need to board earlier for the extra seats or no?
It's pre-board on there, so you'll go in the beginning.
Okay, thank you.
If you can afford to fly so much, can't you afford buying a belt extender?
Maybe you should get a salad.
You need a plane extender, not just a belt extender.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy.
You had it right. You were on one right there, and then you.
One truth and one lie.
Let's see what we have here.
If you look at the comments on any of my videos about fatness, there are always people trying to convince me that I need to be miserable, upset, concerned, etc., 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 and there, emo, is really only one conclusion to be drawn from that. Hashtag fat liberation, hashtag plus size TikTok.
If you make videos about fatness, people will tell you the truth about fatness. Why is this controversial? You indeed should be concerned.
The thing about being fat and being okay with it is that people of all sizes, mostly people that are thin or are on a weight loss journey or whatever, they get really, really upset about it. And they want me to be miserable. They want me to be upset that I'm fat. And when I'm not, and when I actually like it, and when I actually
like it, what exactly do you like about being fat?
Thin people, formerly fat people, are obsessed with happy fat people.
I just think you are manipulating reality. Formerly fat people know for a fact that you are bullshitting. You cannot fool them. They know from experience the difference and how they felt as fat.
And when I actually like it, and when I actually have good style, when I'm actually having fulfilling sex, they get really upset about it. And one of the only conclusions that can be drawn from that for me is that oftentimes, in my opinion, is about their own hatred of themselves and their own inability to actually love themselves. And so when they see people like me that are fat and actually are completely fine with it, it is so enraging to them because there's like something that gets brought up in them that they feel like they need me to hate myself so that I can be alongside them as they hate themselves into thinness.
Yes, we need you. Please help us. To conclude, people are not upset that you are not miserable. You are miserable and want everyone else to feel that way. You want to sound so smart. But do you actually know that gym increases your IQ? Jokes aside, exercise has been shown to positively impact brain health and cognitive function. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, boosting the delivery of oxygen and nutrients that enhance neural connections and brain plasticity, and stimulates the release of chemicals like endorphins and BDNF, which support memory, learning, and problem-solving abilities. So, thin people are smarter than fat people. Go to the gym.
Their pain and effort is in vain if the people who are bigger than them get the prize anyway. The price is just living a happy life, love, and eating food by the way.
Is because we see through the bullshit because we were once in your shoes. It strikes a chord with us internally.
Babes, it's because they may literally be hungry, I think. Calorie deficits make people have brain fog and be cranky. LMAO, literally.
I know this may be a joke, but again, bullshit. When the body enters ketosis, a state where it burns fat for fuel instead of glucose, it enhances cognitive function, mental clarity, and it reduces brain fog, as ketones provide a more stable and efficient source of energy for the brain than glucose.
What's easier than working out is just tell people that you used to weigh 300 pounds. That's a lot. They don't know, you know? So, I've never weighed 300 pounds, but I look pretty amazing for a guy that used to weigh 300 pounds. You're like, yeah, I got tired of being tired, all right? You know? Today's my cheat day, obviously, but normally I'm pretty strict.
He hacked the workout system.
Confidence comes from within, not from a certain body type or body shape. Confidence comes from your belief in yourself and your self-esteem.
Bullshit. Confidence is built over time through experience, skills, and accomplishments. Confidence is earned through success, overcoming challenges, and learning from failures.
My fatness doesn't devalue me.
Why?
So I'm an 8.
Why doesn't it?
Yeah,
Why
okay.
is it that your
Why
own
ask her
assessment of
to
your
tell her
looks
that her
has
perception's
nothing to do with how the external world perceives you? That's my
Because
problem.
I don't give a shit. You
Right,
decide.
because you don't care, so there's no
I
real
don't care
value
about-
judgment.
I don't care about other people's
how can
opinion
the-
of
how
me.
can
It's
you
not
speak
more
for
important
the
than the
rest
opinion
of
of
the
I own of
world?
myself.
Yeah,
And
it
if you
is.
don't-
If there's a value judgment of how you would self-assess your own looks, the only possible conceivable metric I could even think of would be the perception of how other people view you for your value judgment
And
of
I
how
was in a
you look.
relationship for almost 8 years with someone who thought my body was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. I have been pursued by many men who think I am gorgeous and beautiful. That perception exists whether you have it or not.
Okay, so assume for a second, I can envision a world where you're the only human being who's inside of the world.
And guess what? I'll
And
never
if
be
you're
the only one who thinks I'm
if
hot,
you're-
and I know that bugs the shit out of you,
if you're
dude.
the only human being who's inside of a world, I can perceive that I can come up with whatever metric I want for myself because I have nothing to compare it to. So if I have nothing to compare it to and I have nobody else's value judgment, then I can say I'm the most beautiful person who's ever lived, and that would be true. But if I have the value judgment of hundreds of millions of people to compare the standard to, and I know that I'm below that threshold and just decide that I'm above that threshold anyway,
I'm not the only
that's not
person who
based
makes
on
that
anything
decision.
objective. You're just making shit up.
No, I'm not, babe.
Wait a second. Not giving a shit is how you ended up 400 pounds in the first place.
I'm sorry? 400 pounds? Ugh, so rude. Make that 600.
Can fat acceptance truly be all it's cracked up to be? Let's break this down and find out.
Are you worried about walking long distances on your Disney vacation? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. There's only one company we trust when it comes to our theme park scooter rental, and that's Gold Mobility. Walking 5 to 10 miles a day can be overwhelming, especially if you're in a larger body or have limited mobility. If you're afraid this will put a damper on your long-awaited vacation, there is absolutely no shame in renting an ECV. Gold Mobility makes the process so easy from start to finish. You're able to book your rental online and customize what time and where you'd like it to be dropped off and picked up. They're so great at working around your schedule. Gold Mobility's flat rate pricing is so much more affordable than renting directly from the theme parks. And there's no need to rope drop the ECV counter and fear that they'll sell out. On the day of your drop off, they'll text you when they're nearby and when they arrive so you can meet them to pick up your ECV.
Let's take a break and see how this video should have looked like. What you are about to see is an inspirational video that went viral not too long ago. Instead of acting that it is okay to be fat, take this as a motivation.
I spent most of my life obese, so I became comfortable in my discomfort. But 3 years ago today, I hit my rock bottom. I went to Disneyland with my sister, brother-in-law, and my nephew, who is one of my favorite people in the world. I knew it would be challenging because I was nearly 400 pounds at the time, but I didn't want to miss out on this experience with him. Within a few hours, my feet hurt, my back was sore, and I had a migraine. I spent most of the day sitting on benches while they rode the rides because even standing in line was too much for my body. That night, I realized I couldn't keep living like this. I had a vision for my future, but the path I was on was only pulling me farther from it. I used to chase quick fixes because I wanted to change my body more than I wanted to change my life. But this time, I prioritized gaining health over losing weight. I shifted my focus from looking different to feeling different. This time it wasn't about chasing a smaller body. It was about living a bigger life. My life has drastically changed for the better in 3 years. And not only have those years of investing in myself transformed my present, but they've completely altered my future. It's not too late. You deserve to live the life you've been dreaming of. There is so much waiting for you on the other side of your comfort zone. Bet on yourself. Invest in your potential. You have no idea what you are capable of.
I've never been more proud of a stranger.
Now, this is body positivity.
Let's go back to our fat friends.
You can meet them to pick up your ECV. They drop off to any area hotels, Disney and Universal, or your vacation home rental. They've even opened a location in Anaheim where we were able to rent an ECV for our Disneyland trip. Knowing that we were renting from a reliable company in a place that we weren't familiar with was so comforting. It was like having a little piece of home with us over on the West Coast. Which is actually funny because we're not even from Florida, we're from Massachusetts. Their scooters are equipped with the longest range batteries available in the industry, and it shows. Meaning you won't find yourself halfway around the World Showcase pushing a dead scooter to the nearest outlet. Yes, that has happened to us with other scooter companies in the past. They also come equipped with a phone holder, fan, cup holder, and a USB charging port. We love that the chair swivels so you can get on and off with ease, and the steering is adjustable to fit all body types. We often rent the Maxima model, which we lovingly refer to as the Cadillac of scooters. The captain's chair makes it super comfortable.
Captain's chair? You should refocus this excitement towards something else. I don't mean food.
The captain's chair makes it super comfortable, and its three-wheel design makes it very easy to maneuver. They have a whole range of scooters from the Maxima with a 500-pound weight limit to the ones that you can even break down and transport in your car. They also rent strollers and double strollers, walkers, and wheelchairs. They are seriously a one-stop shop. All of their equipment can be brought on Disney transportation. We're talking bus, monorail, Skyliner, boats, even the accessible minivans. This is so convenient and makes park hopping a breeze. Next time you're in Orlando or Anaheim and in need of a mobility device, make sure you check out Gold Mobility.
Scootered over to the comments.
How is this not a wake-up call? I'm too European for this.
I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm too European for this.
As a bigger girl, scooters were never meant for big people. They were meant for people with disabilities or the elderly. As big girls, we need to take some accountability.
Surely walking would benefit you though.
The 10,000 steps a day is a good start. 10,000 steps would translate to walking around 5 miles, or 8 kilometers.
You know what? Your mouth kind of reminds me of like a person from Whoville.
That's
because
fine.
you like lip is not there.
Well, I
But,
can't
like,
help that.
No, you can't. But like, it's just like
Body
Whoville-esque.
shaming's fine until it's all about the weight, right? Goodness, here come the comments.
Why is it that people that love to dish it out can't take it back?
Imagine me deadlifting your McDonald's orders. Bro, take it easy.
What I eat in a day as a fat person who doesn't diet.
Sugar. Sugar. Sugary drink. More sugar. Something weird, but again, outside. With a sugary drink. And a lie, not your typical meal. Where is the sugar? There it is. No way you have so much variety in your diet, but sugar a must every meal is insane.
Everything you ate is so colorful.
The joys of not caring about how you look or your health.
How many calories do you think this is?
Us fat bitches, we don't hate skinny girls. I don't know why on my social media I've been seeing lately, fat bitches hate skinny girls, or fat bitches are jealous of skinny girls. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that we want the respect and the inclusivity that skinnier girls get. Let me explain. One thing I preach about on here is that how regular brands think that they need to make a plus size only type of store that has strictly clothes that they think plus size women would wear. Do you know how mad I get when I go on a website and I see, oh my god, this girl looks so good in this outfit. I want to see if they have it in 2X. So I go over to the plus size section and they never end up having that dress. Just make that stuff in a bigger size. We want that type of inclusivity. Because there are also a lot of people on here who hate fat people and will openly admit it. Why is my life deemed so invaluable
because I'm bigger. Where did this rule come from? I'm sorry if me being fat gives you an issue, but none of us fat bitches hate skinnier girls. I don't go on here saying, oh, I want that skinny girl's body. Every now and then there's a kind of thought in my mind be like, oh yeah, if I was only skinnier, that would be great. But I don't go around hating, oh god, she's so skinny, I can't stand her. Oh, her too. Oh god. I would never do that.
Accountability and success are attractive. Laziness, whining are not.
And when you're morbidly obese, there's things out in public that you just don't get to do. You've made a decision to be a fat piece of shit. Yep. And now you have to live with the consequence. I was on a flight from San Francisco to San Antonio, I think. And there was this old lady, wasn't super fat, but she was fat enough, right? And she kept pouring over onto my side.
What race?
White.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have said bean.
She kept trying to lift the armrest. She goes, oh, I don't fit if the armrest is down. I'm like, well, then you should lose weight. I just said it to her, right?
Yeah.
Do I care? I don't care.
I can vouch for this, by the way.
Yeah.
He has said this before.
Yeah, and then the stewardess, the sky cunt, comes over and is like, what's going on? I'm like, this woman keeps trying to do this. Now I paid for my seat. I didn't pay 3/4 price, right? I paid full price, which means I'm going to get my full seat, and this fat retard is going to stay out of my space.
And what did she do? Suck it in for the rest of the flight?
Oh, Campbell, why are you being so rude? I'm like, I'm not being rude. You are invading my personal space because you have a lack of self-control. That's what's happening.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Normalize weighing airline passengers.
The price of an airline ticket should be adjusted by the weight of the passenger.
You hit me, baby, then. Hit me. You ain't got nothing to do with it. Damn, stop that shit out, bro. You ain't got nothing to do with it. Oh, fuck you. You look up better, bro. Bitch, you better be. You heard?
Is that the lift woman?
Did you know that the gut microbiome plays a crucial role in overall health and weight management? It's a complex community of bacteria and microorganisms that reside in our digestive system, influencing everything from digestion to immune function and even mental well-being. A healthy gut microbiome can improve metabolism, regulate hunger hormones, and support fat burning, making it a key factor in losing weight. When the balance of gut bacteria is disrupted, it can lead to inflammation and poor digestion. By nurturing our gut health with a balanced diet rich in fiber, fermented foods, and probiotics, we can create an environment that supports efficient digestion, boosts energy levels, and promotes healthier weight management. So, focusing on gut health isn't just about what you eat, it's about setting your body up for success in achieving lasting wellness and weight goals.
Are you actually worried about becoming fat?
About to go on a date with a man.
I know that you've been taught that fat is a bad word.
You're so stinking cute. Like, oh.
You weren't sure if you'd fit.
What I ate today as a fatty.
You won't believe what exists out there. Let's dive into some trending fat ideas.
Are you actually worried about becoming fat, or are you worried if you gain weight, you'll have to examine how you've been treating people in different body sizes while no longer being able to rely on your physical appearance as a supplement for your personality? Who said that?
A fat lady. One hell of a fat lady said that. I am worried about my health. I think being fat is a supplement to your personality. Or not even a supplement but the essence.
No, I'm actually afraid of get all the health issues.
Those issues can and do happen regardless of weight.
This argument angers me the most. As if obesity doesn't increase the risk of all diseases. A random person can get lung cancer, does that mean smoking doesn't increase the risk?
Why do all girls think that they're fat? Except for the fat ones.
Bro asking the serious questions.
I was so excited to go on a date in Greece last night, and y'all just wanted to make fat jokes about me. I just don't understand why people make it an issue. And yeah, the video is going pretty viral, so there are a lot of people who don't actually know me who are seeing this video, but I don't understand why it's such a topic of conversation.
Let's see the short video she is referring to and read some of the comments.
who's currently in Greece and about to go on a date with a man from Greece.
Please don't eat the poor dude.
Male loneliness epidemic. Not lonely enough.
Be careful. Citizenship is what they want.
He's the king of Greece. Burger King.
Not much of a hate comments. Most are about experiences with Greeks. Anyhow.
What does it matter to you that I'm bigger and got a date? Am I taking something away from you? I just want to understand. And for those of you who are like, I was probably a catfish in my dating profile, I can absolutely promise you, no. I am very aware of how I look, probably more aware than you'll ever be. And I post photos on my dating profile that actually represents what I look like in real life. Well, Megan, you were upset that he was so short. I wasn't upset. It was fine. I just didn't realize he was short because of his dating profile, the way it was set up. And I'm not opposed to short men. It was just a factor I wanted to share with you. Because honestly, I thought it was kind of funny that I was towering over this man. Anyway, I still enjoyed the experience. I thought it was a good experience, so you're not going to ruin that. But sometimes you just have to vent. I do have a few more days in Greece. You never know what else could happen.
At the end of the day, she's in Greece on a date and you are at home, not fat, and alone, so piss off.
Let's see the aftermath.
Okay, the date is over. Let's just set the scene. We matched, and now he's like, yeah, I'm here in Hanya, and this is where he lives and works. So he's like, well, do you want to meet up tonight and we can like play a card game or whatever? I was like, why not? His dating profile looked really nice, handsome. Sure, let's go for it. So I didn't want to walk back to the hotel by myself, so I had 2 people come with me so that they could like be near where I was but like not be on the date with me. That way when the date was over I could walk back to the hotel with them. Well, he kept walking and like he kept telling us different places we should go, so they were following us like a bunch of stalkers, which I get can be very awkward. But as I told him, because he was very anxious about it, and I get it, I understand why he would be anxious. First of all, not that I hate short kings or anything, but he was so much shorter than what his profile showed. Like, I was at least 2 or 3 inches taller than him, and I wasn't even like wearing heels or anything. He was very, very nice. He spoke English pretty well. We had a few language barrier issues. We just got a drink. We were chatting, and literally he was so anxious at first. Not for me. It was a pleasant experience. Hey. I'm trying to make a video and my mom is trying to go to bed. And I can say that I went, oh, keep that one on. But now I can say it, you know, at least I tried. It was awkward, but we had a good time. It's still a good learning experience. Nothing bad happened. And you know what? I'm just happy I went for it. You know? You never know if you never try.
So, all in all, just a few hate comments throughout the videos. Even 1 or 2 comments supposedly make the internet fatphobic. I really don't know why I picked this video to talk about, but the lie really triggered me.
And the back of these, they're so stinking cute. Like, oh, the front. All I can think about is I'm gonna take the cutest photos. I'm not gonna lie. And then look, you guys know I love black and white. And then the back, oh my gosh. Yes, I am gonna take cute photos, not gonna lie about it. And then you guys.
I thought that was a pillowcase.
Please don't show us the cute photos. I just finished therapy.
problem, isn't it? Because I know you don't mean this maliciously, and I know that you've been taught that fat is a bad word, and that's not your fault. That is what you have been taught your whole life. I say, okay, I'm fat, I'm 5'6", I also have brown hair. They are just objective descriptors. I don't associate negative connotations with that word because I know that that's not true about me.
What is not true about you? Negative connotations? What are good and bad words? Is disease a bad word? Unhealthy? Lazy? Then so is fat. Please don't educate.
Just like someone else has blonde or brown hair. You're not going to go comment on their videos being like, don't label yourself babe, you're not a blonde. When you're fat, it is quite literally just something about you. It doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. It doesn't mean that you're like some disgusting beast. All I am begging for is a bit of thought behind what you're commenting. Because calling myself fat, saying I'm big, saying I'm plus size is not an insult to me. That is only an insult in your own brain because of what you've been taught.
Okay, not an insult, but as a negative thing. There is nothing positive in being fat. Fat is nothing to accept. You should fight for your health, not accept or be positive about.
But some people haven't reached that level of enlightenment. We have to be mindful of their needs too.
Yes, I get these comments too, and I know they mean well, but that's the problem. It's just neutral.
That's exactly right, and people need to start understanding that.
Start understanding what? A group of fat people gathered and are trying to change the world's view. Who are you to tell me what to think? Yes, I am fatphobic. I fear getting obese because I know the implications. You won't convince me that fat is okay.
Me. I'm fat. Them. No, you're beautiful. Me. Girl, I didn't say I was ugly.
Me. I'm depressed. Them. No, you're happy. Me. Girl, I didn't say I was sad.
Detroit rapper Date the Most. Sue's lift after being denied service due to her weight. Says she has been in cars smaller than that before. It really hurt my feelings.
What you saying? I got no space in my car is small. I can fit in this car.
Yo, he gave a good advice. Go get Uber XL. He could have been like, yo, why don't you call forklift? But no. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. He wasn't disrespectful.
Do you hear this guy? Why don't you call a forklift?
I didn't say that. No, I did say that. But what I mean is, I'm saying I meant that.
Hasn't she lifted a fork enough?
Come on, man.
It's what we do. It's what we do.
Come on, man. If she was at an amusement park,
yeah,
they not gonna let her on certain rides.
Bumper cars.
Nah,
they just have her run around out there.
Listen, she be at Disney.
Stop, that's fucked up.
That
fell too far.
I mean, she can go to SeaWorld and get paid.
All right, okay. Now, Alex, you went too far.
No, that was crazy.
Went too.
You should be able to sue if you're walking around SeaWorld and someone throws a fish in your mouth out of nowhere. You should be able to sue. You should be able to sue SeaWorld for that. I'm not mature enough to talk about this, yo.
Oh.
Don't ask to talk about serious shit, man.
We're not mature
enough.
So she's a rapper, so like you said, she's getting this much attention.
She got bars, probably.
She got plenty of them.
Kit Kats.
Kit Kat. Stop! I told you to go, Taylor.
Go to another topic.
I told you to leave this topic a long time ago, but you kept on.
Her sandwich couldn't fit in his car.
Oh, no, I'm gonna call fucking Dorito, because what the fuck? Okay, wait. It's this 30 servings per container, right? Serving size, about 11 chips. Oh my god. 28 grams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 fucking chips! 6 chips is 150 calories!
Yeah, half of what they have.
That is not 11 chips. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Subtract weight of plate.
They meant broken chips, 11 of them broke ones, lol.
Not eating Doritos is probably better than the 6 chips.
Have you been dying to ride Avatar Flight of Passage at Disney World's Animal Kingdom, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney tips and tricks. Flight of Passage is an exhilarating simulation ride that takes you soaring through Pandora on the back of a Banshee. There is a test seat for this ride to the left of the entrance. You will need to ask a cast member for assistance in order to use it. The ride vehicle here is very similar to a bike seat. To board the ride, you'll need to straddle the seat and walk yourself forward. forward. We recommend scooting yourself in as far as possible before sitting down. The seat is anti-slip, so once you sit down, it will be difficult to reposition yourself without standing up. The safety mechanism here is a combined back and calf restraint. If you hear a click when the restraints come up, that means you're good to go. If it doesn't click right away, we recommend pointing your toes or sliding your feet in as close as possible. In our experience, if the seat doesn't lock right away, a cast member will come up and help you lock it in. Being able to fit on this ride really depends on your specific body shape. Deanna and Katie both wear a size 3X, but Deanna was able to ride while Katie was not. Those of us who wear sizes 4X and 5X are also not able to ride this.
This park is so fat-phobic. I know that fat activists would say, just existing is not promoting obesity, but this is weight-targeted. You make everything about your weight and you try to normalize this lifestyle. Someone can say that by posting this type of content you are encouraging people to think that you are happy with yourself, don't have weight-related problems and have fun all day long. You are encouraging people to be like you. And in general, does supporting fat acceptance mean that you are an enabler, that you are enabling them in their life choices?
Grilled cheese burrito, anyone? What I ate today as a fatty. Good morning. Just a little cream with my coffee. Delicious. Got some Greek yogurt. Adding some true fruit. The blueberry. And don't come for me, you guys add chocolate chips to your breakfast all the time. They're just so good. A salad, a chicken salad. And some watermelon. Water. Much better. Burrito. Very good. Can't forget my sauce. A bite for you guys.
This was just one meal, right?
Can we not normalize this? Normal? It's like 4,000 calories.
I want to gain weight, thanks for this videos.
All she had was a protein coffee, a salad, a burrito, but if she was skinny y'all would be praising her.
She would be if she really ate like this, but clearly she is acting up for TikTok.
One of my favorite things is when the trash takes itself out. Hi, I'm Roy. I am a fat personal trainer.
Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm a blind driving instructor.
I love being a vegan butcher.
When people get overweight or obese, they only usually average 100 calories above their maintenance. People think it's like, oh man, you cheated, you ate 5,000 calories a day. It's like, no, it's like 100, but it's cumulative. You gain like a pound a month, 10 pounds a year, 10 years it's 100 pounds. You're 100 pounds overweight in 10 years. You started off in shape at 20, by 30 you're 100 pounds overweight, and it just slowly crept up on you.
Something ain't right with your math. You have to consider that the maintenance number has changed. If your maintenance is 2,500 calories a day and you add only 100, yes, you will gain 10 pounds, but your new maintenance will be 2,600. So you need to constantly increase your intake to gain 100 pounds. So you claim that it is not 5,000 calories a day is completely wrong. Indeed, if your normal maintenance is 5,000 calories a day, you will weigh around 300 pounds, which is 100 pounds gain if starting normal weight. 5,000 calories a day equals 300-pound person.
People have all or nothing mentality. People are either chicken, broccoli, and rice training twice a day, or they just let themselves go. And I'm like, why don't you just like work out 3 days a week and eat McDonald's like whenever you want and just have a somewhere in the middle physique versus fat, shredded. There's never just that middle ground.
Some people are just big-boned man.
When Greg is Coach Greg, not only does he not sound like the bird from Aladdin, but he actually gives good advice.
They try and convince you that having high blood pressure is bad. Imagine your blood flowing through your veins faster and harder. Oh, excuse me, sir, you got high blood pressure. Yeah, I bet I fucking do. It sounds to me like it's supercharged. My blood travels at 400 miles an hour.
I know that this is said as comedy, but it's the most idiotic statement. It's about pressure on the blood vessels, not speed or how fast your blood moves. When pressure is too high, It means your heart has to pump harder, and your arteries are under constant strain. Blood speed does not equal blood pressure. You can have high blood pressure with normal or slow blood flow. You can also have low blood pressure with rapid heart rate.
People attacking him do not understand sarcasm.
Did you know getting fat once makes it harder to lose weight forever?
Not feeding this victim mindset.
Forever. As you gain weight, fat cells in your body fill up. So your body then creates new fat cells to give you more storage space. This is called fat cell hyperplasia. But the problem is, even if you lose weight and your fat cells shrink, the new ones will never go away. Having more fat cells makes it easier for your body to store fat in the future. Regardless of how your body weight fluctuates, you're always stuck with the same amount of cells, and the hormones released from these new fat cells can lead to appetite dysregulation, which makes it harder to lose weight in the future. So do your best to avoid getting fat in the first place. But if you did, like me, just know that it will be a little bit harder for you to keep weight off in the future.
This is not true as well. When you gain a lot of weight, yes, your body may create new fat cells to store the excess energy. But that doesn't mean you're stuck with them forever. While these extra cells make it easier to regain fat later, your body can actually recycle and remove them over time through processes like fasting, deep calorie deficits, or long-term weight loss. It's harder, not impossible. Fat cells aren't permanent. They're part of a dynamic system your body can clean up when conditions are right.
Bro, I bulk and cut all the time. It's just cals in and out. It's that simple. Stop complicating shit to confuse people into buying your product.
I would like to be able to enjoy ice cream and brownies.
Fat people can have eating disorders too.
What advanced level of fat phobia is this?
The hardest part about losing weight that no one talks about?
You're not a dog, you don't need a treat. Not dogs, but nor should we be compared to them either. No offense, Stilton. Right, Still Bear? We start to restrict our ways around foods that we happen to enjoy. We can then potentially build quite a toxic relationship around food and restricting food. I would like to be able to enjoy ice cream and brownies without doing the mental arithmetic to work out if I deserve it or whether I've worked hard enough to have it.
Fair enough. Food should be enjoyable sometimes. But you don't need every single meal to be a euphoric, Instagram-worthy treat. That mindset is part of the problem. And on the other hand, if you stop eating ultra-processed foods all the time, your taste buds actually reset. You will start to enjoy real food.
We're a person, and we as people need nourishment and pleasure in all forms. Could just let food be food, treats be treats, and let shame be left back in the 1990s? That would just be ideal, to be honest.
Nah, pleasure isn't some mystical force that just happens to you. You can control it. You can rewire how your brain reacts to food. Dopamine isn't destiny. If you stop flooding your system with cheap highs, you can resensitize yourself to find joy in simpler and healthier things. There's so much wrong in these claims, we have to go over it again.
You're not a dog, you don't need a treat. Not dogs, but nor should we be compared to them either.
Okay, we're not dogs, but it's about recognizing that eating junk food constantly like it's some form of self-love is a massive part of why people are so unhealthy today. The treat metaphor means you don't need to reward yourself with sugar every time you feel anything. Happy, sad, stressed, bored, whatever. It's about self-control, not dehumanizing anyone.
We start to restrict our ways around foods that we happen to enjoy. We can then potentially build quite a toxic relationship around food and restricting food.
No. What's toxic is pretending that there are no consequences to what we eat. The only reason we even have to restrict things like ice cream and brownies is because they're literally unhealthy.
I would like to be able to enjoy ice cream and brownies without doing the mental arithmetic to work out if I deserve it or whether I've worked hard enough to have it.
Well, maybe you should do the math. That mental arithmetic is called being a responsible adult. You don't deserve a brownie just for existing. That's not how food or health works.
We're a person, and we as people need nourishment and pleasure in all forms.
Yes, indeed, we need nourishment, not daily dessert binges. Food can be pleasurable, sure, but if you're using it to self-soothe or fill emotional gaps, it's not pleasure, that's addiction.
Could just let food be food, treats be treats, and let shame be left back in the 1990s? That would just be ideal, to be honest.
No, you know what else was common in the 1990s? Personal accountability. Shaming is not okay, I suppose, but it's about realizing that normalizing unchecked indulgence and glorifying it as empowerment is complete bullshit.
Except psychology will tell you not to use food as a reward system because eventually that's the only thing that will fuel your dopamine. Trust me, I've lost 220 pounds naturally. Fighting that dopamine food hit took years.
Rather be considered overweight or hit by a car?
Hit me. Run me over. Hit by a car 1000%.
Now, what advanced level of fat phobia is this? You would rather be hit by a car, not knowing the consequences of that car accident, than to be considered overweight. Not even being overweight. How much do you have to actually care what people think about you? Couldn't be me.
Okay, I can lose the weight, but how much overweight?
Yes, I am fat phobic and proud.
Make it a truck, I'll still pick it.
There's so many reasons why someone could be fat, though.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about how the I'm fat and that means I'm malnourished. Give me that again. Give me the, how many times have I heard the fat people are just malnourished? That's the problem.
Okay,
I think they need a little bit less nourishing. You know what I would suggest? In fact, instead, I would suggest putting down the fork. That's what I would suggest.
I mean, you could say that, but then you could also join me in the bathroom when I have an eating disorder and I'm throwing up all my food.
Good talk.
So.
That doesn't look like that's what's going on here.
Guys, let's get back to the
I know, because
island.
fat people can have eating disorders too. And I had an injury, a car crash that I almost died in.
You're throwing up because you ate too much.
Can you be fat and fit?
Complicated question, but technically yes.
What is your degree?
MD.
Thank you.
So because he is a doctor, this must be true. Got it.
Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely you are? No, that's why he said technically and complicated. You just sound defensive, lol.
Technically yes just means it is possible, not that it is common or likely to occur.
The hardest part about losing weight that no one talks about is everything is better with food. A simple walk in the park on a sunny day is 10 times better with a cold drink. Who wants to be in the car unless they can snack on chips? I don't want to go to the movies unless I have candy. Bro, snacking at the grocery store is even better. Why do you think they have a hot bar? Look, I'm not saying anything new. Food is great, but if I keep attaching it to every event in my life, I'm never gonna lose weight. Please, if anybody has any advice, let me know.
Eat the right food during these times and you are good to go. Fruit, nuts, etc.
Fast bro. Increases mental toughness and encourages a better diet. Heals the body as well.
Here is what I eat in a day as a happy fat woman.
You are happy about it? What is there to be happy about being fat? Let's see.
I am fat. I am happy about it. I'm not trying to lose weight, and nothing you say will make me feel that way about myself. This rant is not over, but I was in Massachusetts for work, and so I had some hotel breakfast. I had a little breakfast burrito with some eggs, potatoes, cheese, a little salsa, little potatoes on the side. I have done a lot of work to listen to my body and give it what it wants and it needs.
This is your mistake. Indeed, you should not listen to your body. Look where that got you. Your body is clearly as delusional as you.
What it wants and it needs. In the ages of Ozempic, that's not going to change.
Sorry I make so many cuts, but just a quick word about Ozempic since she mentioned it.
They found that for every 6 pounds of fat a person was losing on these drugs, they were losing 4 pounds of fat-free mass or lean mass, like including muscle and bone. So there are now case reports of young, healthy women who were overweight, who go on the drug for some period of time, and after, they get diagnosed with osteoporosis.
But keep in mind that the studies are not made with strength training included.
For lunch, I had the rest of my little breakfast leftovers. After all 3 performances were done for the day, I decided to have a little Easter candy treat because I can. Don't earn food, you can have food. And I had a little smorgasbord of sweets. I make these videos because I think it's fun and silly and goofy. I have a great time. I like sharing what I eat in a day. Also, so happy to be the positive representation that I wish that I had of a plus-size fat person when I was a kid. Okay, end rant. I had these amazing nachos because we went to the hotel restaurant that we actually watched someone got fired in last time we were there, and we had a great redemption meal, got some Caesar and salmon. I had a fucking great day in my fat body.
Clearly this is not her regular day since she was traveling. But why a bag of sweets?
Having a great day in my plus-size body. Thanks for asking.
Sweetie, please listen to an old woman. You are beautiful and young and having fun. Good for you. But trust me, getting old and being big is no fun. It is actually very hard and full of health issues.
I stop bored eating, go to sleep and eat some sleep. Am I big for eating 2 boxes of pasta last night? Of course you are, but you already knew that. What do I do when I eat but I can't stop eating even when I'm full? Close your mouth up, go ahead and sew it up with a little string. Cheat meals are, you've had a cheat life, don't worry about it. You don't need to walk 10,000 steps, you need to walk 10 steps to the kitchen to eat. My favorite smoothie is called water. It's very delicious, I get it with extra ice. What about running? Run to the kitchen to eat less food. Am I big for eating Chick-fil-A? Yeah, your back told you that already though. You get all the sleep in the world, but you still have a double chin. Tell me more about that, Miss Sleep. Miss Sleep has a double chin. Tell me more about it. I never said sleep wasn't important. I said, is not getting sleep going to stop you from losing weight? No. If you were on a deserted island and there was absolutely no food and you were getting no sleep because you were afraid something in the dark was going to come bite you, you would be getting no sleep, right? You'd be sleep deprived, but you'd also be a skinny legend. How do you feel about the Stairmaster? Throw it in the trash. Master the kitchen instead.
It'd be funny. People like, you think you better than everybody else just because you go to the gym and you eat healthy. Yes. Yes, I do.
Welcome to America, where being healthy and fit is looked down upon.
Next, we have the plus-size park hoppers in a new adventure. Let's see if they will fit in the rides.
Have you been dying to ride Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment at Universal's Epic Universe, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Epic Universe tips and tricks. Monsters Unchained is a thrilling motion simulation ride located in Dark Universe. There is a test seat for this ride located to the left of the attraction entrance. These seats are very similar to the ones on Forbidden Journey. They're molded with a divider that goes between the legs. The seat on the left is slightly larger and is considered the modified seat. The safety mechanism here is an over-the-shoulder restraint that does need to get to a certain position to lock. Ashley wears a size 5X and unfortunately was not able to fit in the modified seat, so she was unable to ride this one. Katie wears a size 3X. Despite being able to fit in the seat, she was unable to get the green light on the chest restraint. My name is Stephanie and I wear a size 2X. I was able to fit in the seat comfortably and got the green light on the chest restraint. If you would like to ride in the modified seat, make sure you request one of the middle seats. The queue here is so well themed, and if you're a classic horror lover, you're gonna love this. There are stairs throughout the queue, but if you're unable to use them, there is an elevator available. If you use a wheelchair or an ACV, you will need to transfer into the ride vehicle. If you have difficulty using a moving platform, there is a non-moving transfer station available. Just make sure you let the team member know before boarding. If you'd like to stow away loose items, there are lockers available prior to boarding. Much like Forbidden Journey, this ride does jostle you around a bit, so if you're prone to motion sickness, this might not be for you. Some of us were definitely not feeling great after this one. This ride was super cool and honestly an amazing homage to the classic horror films we know and love. We hope that these tips help.
Universal needs to be more size inclusive when designing their rides.
I don't want to be skinny anymore. I don't want to be skinny. Okay? I'm tired of tracking my macros. I'm tired of tracking my calories. I'm tired of doing it all. Okay? I just ate 7 ounces of chicken just because I knew I needed to hit my protein. Like, I want some French fries and bad things, but.
I feel you, honey. I just want a piece of bread.
I'm not fat, okay? I'm just really, really easy to see.
Even my eyes feel heavy.
Last but not least, the water park is fatphobic.
So we're doing weight limits now. Per rider, 2 scales. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. I am in shock, and this is not American. This is not American. This is not right. This is not right.
The park is fatphobic. You can also see the height limit. The park is also short-phobic. Imagine somehow a 600-pound person ride down the slide, gaining so much speed they fly off the fence of the park.
This is a safety issue. Like, what are you missing?
She's missing a brain.
If they weigh over 300 pounds, clearly they don't care about safety.
If you mean do better as a society, as in Americans need to dramatically lower the 47% obesity rate, you are 100% correct.
Gravity and physics don't care about offending you.
I actually have a doctor's appointment today. She doesn't understand nutrition like I do, and I don't, like, who's gonna listen to me?
Lazy dinner with a tired mom of 3.
How come you are always tired? Tired of what?
Tired of moving.
Moving where?
From the sofa to the fridge and back.
I was going to say just breathing.
Isn't this child neglect?
I wanna be skinny, but I wanna eat shit. And that's why my life is problematic.
How, if McDonald's is serving an all beef patty, how can 30% of it be soy? All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce.
Damn,
cheese,
that's like a
tomato.
riddle. How do they?
So easy.
Well, then what do they?
Blow your mind.
How do they do it? What's the rationale? How do they do that?
They own a company called All Beef.
Oh.
Who makes the patties? So when I see natural
That
flavors,
is so
it might as well
fucked.
say cyanide.
So
You
they
know,
so
they're not
containing
lying.
natural flavors. So really, that natural flavor should have an R next to it. Like this is actually a company, Natural Flavors.
Who knows what it
Oh
is?
my God!
I'm not saying
Selling
it's that
all
bad.
beef, the company, all beef patties. That's so.
Not a fan of McD's, but this is a myth.
Throughout this video, let's talk about something that might sound kind of boring at first, but is actually one of the most important things in your body: your gut. Not just your stomach, but the trillions of bacteria living inside it. These tiny organisms, together known as your gut microbiome, are like microscopic workers behind the scenes, constantly affecting how you feel, think, and function. What's wild is that most people don't even realize just how much their gut impacts their daily life. We're talking about your mood, your energy, your immune system, your hormones, even how well you sleep or how clear your skin is. The gut is basically your body's command center, and when it's out of balance, everything else starts wobbling too.
There are less and less plus size content creators as time passes, so this is my official application to be your plus size comfort creator. This is my outfit today. My main mission is to romanticize bigger bodies because we get to be soft and feminine and beautiful too. I love my body. I always have. I always will, especially when it peeks out of my outfits like this. I hope this video found you and you get to find a new home on my page. I love you.
But why are there less and less fat content creators? Why did the existing ones stop posting? And what exactly do you love about your body that wouldn't change anyhow?
I am so glad that the comments are so nice. I was scared to even open the comment.
I also use a loofah on a stick. Main reason is just to be able to get, behind my back because I can't reach like a normal person. And then the other main reason that I use it is to, clean my, private parts and everything like that as well.
Hope you don't use the same one for your body and your private parts.
Just a reminder, what you eat in private is going to show up on your body in public. Okay?
Yup. My tacos are definitely showing up.
No wonder I'm so chocolatey.
Now, we're back to the gut conversation. And here's why it matters so much. Your gut talks to your brain. That means when your gut is happy, your mind feels clearer, calmer, and more focused. And when it's not, you might feel anxious, foggy, or constantly tired, even if you're doing everything else right. One of the most powerful things your gut helps regulate is your hormones. Cortisol, the stress hormone, insulin, the blood sugar manager, and leptin, the I'm full signal, all of these are affected by what's going on in your gut. A messed up microbiome can lead to wild mood swings, sugar cravings, and that frustrating feeling of always being tired and hungry. And this is one of those things nobody tells you when you're just trying to eat healthy. If you've ever tried to lose weight and felt like your body was fighting you, this might be why. A healthy gut can actually support weight loss by balancing hunger hormones and reducing inflammation.
Do you have any fresh fruits or vegetables?
After this week,
I do not. Did you buy anything? Dresses, jewelry? Sorry, bro, you might help me with my
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. So guys, I got on the plane. That's why I always find on air, because they always take care. I mean, they can do what they can do. They can't make miracles happen, but if they can, they will. So thank you to all the agents always helping me. Always good vibes, never judgmental vibes, always aloha spirit. So I love you, Weiner. That's why we always fly, you guys.
But my over 50-pound suitcase is an issue.
Are they adding another island?
To better society, it needs to start with us. Being fat is a burden to everyone.
Hello there. Hello. How are you? How are you doing today? I'm fine. How about yourself? Oh man, I'm doing lovely. Here's the foot again.
My 600-pound foot. Imagine the day they see you again. And you are just, well, better.
I was scared, and then this was such a great clip.
Guys, in case you didn't know, bigger does not equal unhealthy.
Back to the gut health conversation. Even if you don't focus on probiotics or fiber, you can improve your gut health in different ways. One of the simplest things you can do is stop feeding the bad bacteria. That means cutting back on ultra-processed foods and added sugars. Your gut loves real food, stuff that looks like it came from the earth, not a lab. Also, getting enough rest each night helps your gut bacteria stay balanced and do their job. When you skip sleep or stay up late every night, your microbiome suffers, and you might feel more bloated, foggy, and stressed the next day. Speaking of stress, it wrecks your gut. We usually think of stress as just mental, but your gut feels it too. Chronic stress damages the gut lining and lets the wrong bacteria take over.
This is your reminder that being hot is a mindset.
This is your reminder that having a brain is a mindset. We should not normalize obesity.
And you want to know another reason why having a nice body is the biggest flex ever? When you walk into a room, you don't even have to say anything and people already know so much about you. They know you're dedicated, they know you're disciplined, they know you work hard, and you didn't have to say anything. Your body just speaks for itself. Your body straight up exposes you. Any habits that you carry, your body is going to show that. That's why when you're super fit, people just respect you more because they're like, damn, you can't fake this. Like, this takes hard work. People clown me all the time. They're like, oh my God, your six pack is your only personality trait. And it's like, just say you don't want to put in the work that I put in.
They respect you more because you respect you.
While we are at the gut health topic, let's not forget your immune system. About 70% of your immune cells live in your gut. So when your gut is strong, your immune defenses are too. And if you've ever struggled with acne, eczema, or skin flare-ups, that might be gut-related too. When your digestion is off, inflammation rises, and your skin often reflects what's going on inside.
If you want to know who your real friends are, get skinny. Get skinny, lose weight, get healthy, go to the gym, take your vitamins, do all of the things to become a better person, and watch all of your friends one by one start hating you.
The funny thing is they think you don't notice.
When I gained weight, most women were much nicer to me than when I weighed a lot less. I agree.
You've probably heard the whole nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, and I used to think that that was so toxic. 3 or 4 really tasty and often high calorie meals a day just to enjoy it for the 10 minutes that I'm eating it, to me, is not worth waking up and not being happy in my body.
I'm not a fan of Kate Moss, who originally said that, but I do agree that being fit is way better than any food tastes.
When you lose weight, you actually have to maintain that lower weight loss for at least 2 years. That's that hypothalamus set point. And that means that it takes your body 2 years to accept your new weight. And until that time, is doing everything it can to turn down your metabolism to get that weight back on.
Increase your muscle mass significantly, and you'll offset this.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to make small shifts. Sleep better, stress less, eat real food, and give your gut some love.
See, this is the thing that people get wrong about fat people. I honestly just want you to shut the fuck up and leave us alone. That's it. Not glorifying obesity, not trying to bring unhealthiness into the atmosphere, whatever that means. I literally just want to be left alone when existing outside of my house. That's it. Just leave us alone. It's that simple. Thanks.
Fat people don't need to be celebrated for existing. They need to take responsibility for their health. We're not changing society's view by begging for invisibility. We're changing it by actually taking care of ourselves, not pretending that being morbidly obese is some kind of revolutionary act. So, if your whole platform is, leave us alone, well, congrats, but that's not going to move the needle or solve anything. How about we start pushing for real change, like health education and fitness? Fat acceptance is just a lazy excuse to not deal with the problem. Sorry, it's not a movement, it's an excuse to let people keep making unhealthy choices without consequence.
Makes sense to me. I have a birthmark on my face and I want people to ignore it. I am never in the mood to answer questions about it, and I don't owe anybody any explanations. Just leave me alone. Lol.
How is this the same? The title of the video was,
Literally just leave us alone. Plus size people just want to be able to go to a grocery store, sit at a bar, or walk down the street without having to worry about being harassed for existing.
I really don't know her experience, but all this seems far-fetched to me. You walk outside and are being harassed for no reason. I think that most likely the judgment is bothering her. Of course, when you see fat person barely walking, you would think, how can someone do that to their own body? But that's just healthy, normal thinking.
Fucking hot out here, huh?
It's not you, it's us.
Yeah, you're about as hot as a fucking whirlpool freezer.
Oh, really now?
You're about the size of one, too.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm gonna call the clown. What's your name?
My name's Phil.
Phil! Fill your gut with pizza, hot dogs, and any other shit you can eat, huh?
I'd hire him for a party.
The hotter you are, the crazier you can be. Men will put up with it. But the opposite is also true. This is why fat girls used to be so nice. But then the internet and a bunch of black dudes convinced them that they were hot too. Now you can't even talk to one. Relax, bitch. You can't have an attitude and type 2 diabetes. If you're over 300 pounds, you need to be as sweet as your blood sugar. These fat white girls who get with a black dude and then they're like, see, I'm not racist. And I'm like, come on, Cheryl. It's not like you had a choice.
Next, we have a fat mom with so much enthusiasm preparing dinner for her kids.
We got pizza.
We got diabetes.
6-year-old's plate. Eight-year-old's plate. Oh, and I'm gonna put some grapes on their plate. Actually, let me do that.
Not washing the grapes.
Pizza for the 7th day this week.
And it's only Wednesday.
Pizza day. More like pizza daily.
Okay. 6-year-old's plate, 8-year-old's plate. Alright, have a good night.
Thank God for those grapes. As if tossing a few fruits on the pizza is suddenly a balanced meal. I mean, who needs vegetables or real protein when you've got grapes, right?
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese. It's a first world problem. I've been to third world countries. I've never met anyone there battling with mental health because they have real problems. That's why I really can't stand the mental health stuff. You guys don't have real problems. Like, suck it the f up.
There are people themselves.
You guys are arguing for obese people, and I would say you guys are...
I'm not arguing for obese people. Let's make that very clear with that.
Okay, well,
it's just people in general.
The real problem is that life has become way too comfortable. Because of that, people have become so ungrateful.
Everything I eat in a day as a fat girl doing whatever the fuck feels right for me. Eggs, turkey, pepper jack cheese, and Frank's Red Hot with a iced coffee. Graham cracker with peanut butter and banana. 10 out of 10. I made glass noodles and chicken. Of course, you know I've earned myself a sweet treat. For dinner, I'm having, what the fuck are these? Veggie dumplings with faux broth, veggie spring rolls.
And as the king of doctors once said, the scale doesn't lie, people do.
More than I eat in a week. This is around 1,900 calories. You eat 260 calories a day? Better be careful out there, you might blow away.
What we eat has a direct impact on the health of our skin, with our diet playing a key role in preventing or triggering skin issues like acne. Consuming a diet high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats can cause inflammation in the body, which often manifests as breakouts, dullness, and irritation.
Sometimes I go months without shaving, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm really not. All natural, babe. All natural. I like how I have crusty mascara on one eye. I'm gross and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Why would you put yourself out there like this?
Ugly women and men mostly stop taking care of themselves because already they disgust others.
Boredom most likely, zero friends, no job, etc.
To get some type of attention.
She's trying to have people justify her poor hygiene and unhealthy lifestyle.
One time after a show, a guy was like, you know, Lauren, I don't think you're fat. I would have sex with you. Hero. I was like, how am I supposed to respond to that? I was in South Carolina, so I just wanted to be like, oh, a dick for me? Oh, my lucky stars!
So glad it's not just me who uses her bra as storage area due to the lack of pockets on my pants. Noise.
Here's everything we ate in a day as 3 plus-size best friends at Epic Universe. We started our day at Super Nintendo World, where we shared the Mango Yoshi smoothie from Yoshi's Snack Island. This was sweet and super refreshing on such a hot day. We especially enjoyed the chunks of mango throughout. From the same spot, Ashley and I shared the red shell calzone. The theming and presentation of this was a 10 out of 10. The calzone was filled with Italian meat sauce and mozzarella cheese. This tasted pretty much like a giant Totino's pizza roll. They also offer a green shell with a plant-based filling. For lunch, we headed over to Mead Hall in Isle of Burke. At this restaurant, you mobile order and they bring your food to the table. Ashley got the Berserkers meatballs. These come with smashed root vegetables, onion gravy, and lingonberry jam. This tasted like Thanksgiving. The root vegetable had a sweetness to it and it all worked so well together. My name is Stephanie and I got the Hiccups grilled salmon. This came with herb garlic potatoes, roasted carrots, onions, and a dill fennel sauce. I don't say this lightly, but this was the best salmon I've ever had. I would 100% order this again. My only complaint is that my potato could have been a little bigger. Katie got the gluten-free hooligan sausage links. These came with herb garlic potatoes, roasted carrots, onions, and a wild berry barbecue sauce. She thought that this was pretty good. Later on, we needed a snack, so we headed over to the Burning Blade Tavern in Darkmoor. No idea how it got its name. Katie got the charred loaded potato. This came loaded with Monterey Jack, sour cream, jalapeno bacon, and chive. It was so good and gluten-free. Ashley's favorite snack of the day were these burning cheddar bites. These are crispy fried poppers with sriracha ranch. These were perfectly melty and flavorful with just a little bit of bite. I had the Hunter's garlic steak. Get it? Garlic steak? Vampires don't like those. This was crisp, garlicky, and everything I could have dreamed of for a garlic pretzel. I love garlic, but if you don't like it, I wouldn't go for this one. Over at Das Steakhouse, Katie got the labata cotta. This is another gluten-free treat, and she really enjoyed it. For dinner, we headed over to Pizza Moon in Celestial Park. Ashley and I shared the moon cheese Caesar salad. This was pretty good, but we didn't really like the moon cheese. We also shared the pizza lunare, which has an ube crust. We were really excited about this one, but honestly, we probably wouldn't order it again. We did really like the crust though. One complaint we had is that they wouldn't give us a box to take our leftovers home. Apparently, they don't allow takeaway food at Pizza Moon anymore. For dessert, Ashley and I also shared the brownie eclipse. This was fudgy, chocolatey, and the perfect sweet treat to end the night.
You say the pizza was not good but want to take it home anyhow.
No box for leftovers? I have never heard of that.
It's just in case you get sick. Universal doesn't want to take the risk, especially if you're going to be sitting in the hot sun with food for hours. They don't allow it in almost all the restaurants. I work here at a restaurant. It's unfair, I do understand that, but we are following Universal's rules.
I was surprised there was any leftovers.
Amberlynn looks like the squirt of soft serve from a broken ice cream machine. Oh my god. The squirt of soft serve from a broken ice cream machine. That is so specific.
When you are 90% body fat, you can be molded into many things.
So you're a type 1 diabetic, huh?
Yeah, you wouldn't think, but true.
I mean, I would have thought.
Yeah.
For sure. Jessa, what do you do for work?
I'm a dog sitter.
Do you ever walk them?
I do walk, Tony.
Yeah. I'm talking about the dogs. Because when you said sitter, I believe that part. I'm wondering if you're ever a dog stander, a dog walker, a dog,
You just keep nailing me, Tony. It's like you're in love with me or something.
Absolutely.
You know,
you are my type 1. I have a feeling I'm your type 2.
Yeah.
If he only knew that type 1 isn't the obesity-associated one.
All of these were new TikToks, but let's make retrospective to one of the old classics.
What is your favorite thing that thin people do that's like quirky, cute?
Being unwashed or just smelling bad in general. I was so furious when all those celebrities were like, I only bathe my children once a week, because it just reeked of thin privilege. If you are ever in a public space and there is a distinct smell happening, 9 times out of 10, everyone will assume that that smell belongs to whoever the fattest person in the room is.
And 9 out of 10, it will be
There's a time where I was straight up in an elevator where I watched a thin woman like twist her whole body and rip ass and start giggling, and everyone in the elevator looked at me. It is just assumed that fat people smell, and that's not true. And then when thin people are caught as like the source of the smell, it's always like, oh, I'm getting in touch with my body. I'm trying to be a little bit more all natural. Or people laugh it off and they're like, oh, I guess you forgot to wear deodorant today. But if like a fat person forgets to wear deodorant one day, it's a reflection of our entire existence.
I've been fired for being smelly, when it was a thin coworker that was on a bathing strike to punish her boyfriend.
The somewhat of a drama triggered by fat thinking. A lazy fat mom who is feeding her kids pizzas, fries and burgers wants to be treated better.
We got pizza. We got Wendy's. We got Mexican food. We got pizza. We got Wendy's. Pizza.
She makes a comparison with another TikToker. I am not very familiar with both of them, especially the friend, but let's see what they have to say and try not to pick a side and have an open mind.
So I've been thinking about whether or not I should say something, but I feel like it needs to be talked about. This is a screenshot from a video my friend posted. Her kitchen looks just like mine, or even messier than mine is sometimes. But the difference is that when I post this stuff, I get hundreds of hate comments calling me lazy, disgusting, and a bad mom. All because my house isn't spotless. Mary gets sympathy, I get hate, and I can't help but feel like it's because I'm fat. So frustrating watching people pick and choose who gets grace and sympathy, who's allowed to be relatable, and who's just a problem. The double standard is loud, and I'm tired of pretending that it doesn't exist.
Just something I want to say. While I do my rant, watch what her house looks like. So, why do we need to force people to think the way we want them to? Even if this is true, both kitchens are in the same condition. Can the hate comments simply be because you are not likable, which is a fact? You are not likable. Maybe it isn't that you are fat, maybe it's the whole picture, you as a person. Maybe the problem isn't the thinking of others, maybe it's you. Maybe it's the way you feed your children. Maybe it's many different things.
Why do I get hate and she gets grace? We both have messy kitchens, but only one of us gets dragged for it. Time to start realizing what this really is and stop pretending that everybody is getting the same amount of hate for the same video. Because they're not. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section? I'm sure most people will think that I'm just blabbing or whatever, but really look at it from my perspective.
And what is your perspective? Like me, I am lovable.
Wow, crazy, can't believe you'd use me to prove some kind of point? WTF, girl?
Yeah, and your kitchen is messiness. Like normal moms, not filthy or disgusting. There's a difference with messy and filthy.
I'm sorry that she's comparing you to her, and that ain't right, girly. At least you don't eat pizza or fast food every day. Like, you actually cook, and I love your cooking videos.
May this type of friendship never find me.
This is her friend in the video she screenshotted.
Let's clean up my dirty ass kitchen as a 19-year-old teen mom to a 3-year-old baby girl, and my boyfriend is 25.
Lately, I've been feeling super overwhelmed. I've been no contact with my mom since December, and while it was the right choice, it definitely left a hole that I didn't expect. Mentally, I've been struggling just keeping up with the basics, like cleaning my kitchen, answering emails, doing laundry, filming content, and just being a mom. It's like every little tiny task feels so much heavier right now. We're in the middle of moving, so the house is chaotic.
And the first comment is,
I love how she's not like Alexandra Saba.
Then, Alex proudly posts this next video replying to a comment. I think jealousy plays a vital part here. And what do you want the outcome of this be? You will prove a point. You will force me to like and pity you? Or on the contrary, or just the views matter? As you stated.
Thanks to my platform, I was blessed to be able to purchase my own house this year.
Let's see what her friend said after watching her video.
Her kitchen looks just like mine, or even messier than mine is sometimes.
Hi, my name is Mary Claire. I'm 19. I have a 4-year-old baby girl, for those of you who do not know me. And apparently my own friends are making videos about me. I saw the video that Alex posted, and honestly that low-key hurt. Not because she shared pictures and screenshots of the kitchen that I posted. And I have never ever claimed to be perfect on this app. Using my video to prove a point on how you get more hate than me is not okay. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what it's like to go no contact with your mom. And I'm literally in the middle of moving. Honestly, I'm just trying to survive most days. If you feel like the internet treats you unfairly, talk about that. But don't throw me under the bus to prove a point. Especially when you know that I have supported you this entire time. I am not your enemy. I am just someone who is struggling publicly. Let me know your thoughts because I don't even know what else to say about this situation.
Dude, you've been 19 for 3 years.
I also noticed something strange, but maybe on purpose or I am missing something. On the 25th of June, she says she is 19.
Let's clean up my dirty ass kitchen as a 19-year-old teen mom.
And then on the 4th of July, she is 18.
I'm 19, I have a...
I may be hearing wrong. Anyhow, then, Alex replies.
Using my video to prove a point on...
I cannot believe you flipped this back on me. You say I used your video to make a point, but I was just telling my truth. And everybody took the whole point of that video and flipped it to being about you, and it wasn't even about you. I was just comparing how we are treated differently. For years, I have been torn apart online for having a messy house. I've cried and I've apologized and I've tried to keep my house up, and it's never good enough for anyone. I have explained myself over and over again, my struggles. And then you post the same kind of video and you get nothing but sympathy, and that's the point that I was trying to make, is that we all have struggles, but my struggles don't matter to people, but your struggles do. And I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus. I was trying to show people how the double standard is. And now you're painting me as the bad guy for speaking up and defending myself. It hurts, Mary. I'm hurt because I thought we were friends and I didn't expect you to clap back at me like that when I was not even talking about you specifically. I didn't say anything bad about you in my video. I was only comparing the comment sections. And especially when you know exactly what I've been going through and what I deal with on a day-to-day basis, you should know better than to think I would ever throw you under the bus.
Friends don't compare, they support.
It wasn't about you. I was just comparing us. Hello, what?
Narcissists never see wrong in themselves.
Even if what she said is true, I want to quote one of our commenters who had a perfect point. I will blur the profile picture just in case they don't approve of this use. I want to be treated like a skinny person while still being fat, is like the definition of wanting to have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it both ways. You either live in this world as a fat person, or you live as a skinny person. If you don't want to be skinny, that's fine, but it's your choice. Not being willing to change your life is a choice you make every day. What do you think about the fat drama? Whose side are you on? Can this drama be just for views if they are really friends and try to gain attention this way?
Don't think I don't notice you fat people. When you sit at lunch with fat people, they always eat the least to try and prove to the other rest of the table that they're not greedy. Everyone has a meal, and we all eat our meal, and they eat like a little bit. And they just put it in. As soon as they leave the meeting, of course, they get into the car, open up the emergency donut rations, get the calories in. If you ate like that every day, you wouldn't be a fat fuck. You ain't tricking me. You need to eat the whole fucking plate, miss order dessert. Look at the size of you.
And I'm ashamed of having to have my husband help me wipe. It's absolutely humiliating to have to rely on someone else just to do basic things, like getting up or using the bathroom.
It's difficult to have to take care of Brienne day in and day out.
Wow, how embarrassing, but obviously not enough to change.
He loves it. She is his prisoner. Keep feeding her so no other man will want her. We know your game.
It's his fault? Wow, that's a bizarre take on the situation.
This is a message for the online fashion police. None of my bikinis will be kid-friendly. Teach your kids about baddies.
Bigger body, smaller swimsuit, smaller body, bigger swimsuit?
think about it, there's nothing to appreciate a man for.
She looks like she appreciates them hourly.
I'm getting so bored of people's lack of creativity when it comes to insulting dickheads, right? Because you'll all go straight to their weight. You'll all go straight to, oh, fat piece of shit, oh, lump of lard. Like, look at this. Now, this is a horrible video of this woman kneeing this dog, which is fucking heinous behaviour, shit behaviour. But you see down here, I'd rather have the dog in the water than that lump of lard, because she was a larger woman. And as you can see, the poster has liked it. Now, I get it. She's a fucking heinous bitch. Shouldn't be fucking kneeing other people's dogs. No, she should be kneeing any dogs, right? But why do we have to call her fat? Why do we have to body shame her? Why can't we just criticize her for her acts?
So Hannah here is just mad about people using fat references as insult. But if being fat is awesome, aren't the people basically praising her instead of insulting? Maybe the creator liked the praises. Maybe all people think like you, and in fact the comments in the video are praises. Maybe it's not meant to be an insult.
It's like when people criticize Trump. Criticize Trump because he's a fucking cunt. Criticize him because he's a fucking dickhead, narcissist piece of shit, racist piece of shit. Criticize him for that. But no, they don't do that. They always go, oh, well, he's fat. Oh, he's lied about his weight on his medical. Who gives a flying fuck that he's fat? Criticize him for what he's doing. And it just shows, because it just shows that people actually don't care about the action. They just want to criticize people's bodies. That's all they want to do. They want the opportunity. Just, as soon as you've done something wrong, they think it's carte blanche. We can criticize your body now. We can call you a fat piece of shit, call you a lump of lard, and everyone's going to fucking like it. That comment I just showed you, like 2,000 likes of people going, yeah, fucking lump of lard. Not, she's a fucking heinous bitch, right? It just drives me mad. Like, expand your insulting vernacular.
But wait, you say, criticize him for being piece of shit, but then say, criticize him about his actions. Aren't you doing the same? Let's hear you again.
Because he's a fucking cunt. Criticize him because he's a fucking dickhead, narcissist piece of shit. We can criticize your body now. We can call you a fat piece of shit, call you a lump of lard, and everyone's going to fucking like it.
But you already said piece of shit is okay. And maybe, just maybe, piece of shit can be a positive thing, since fat is now a positive word.
That and disability. Like, who gives a fuck if Trump or Elon are incontinent? Lots of people are, and I'm actually way more mad about the fascism and glorification of wealth inequality.
Hannah at her finest, trying so hard to sound smart. Although she doesn't need to speak, the inflamed redness of her face does the talking.
You call me fat? You are. And you're not no better, you're fat too. Baby, look, there's a difference. You're shaped funny, I'm voluptuous, I have things in the right place. Like, there's a difference between you and I. You're not voluptuous, you're just fat. Okay.
That's one heavy argument.
Delusions come in all shapes and sizes.
You think somebody's gonna pick you up tonight? You need a forklift.
We're all...
She a gym girly. Alright guys, this is my first time into 24-hour fitness. Bench over here. Oh yeah.
Here.
But do you have to go to the gym to swing that thing? Wasn't this just wasted time? Can you do this at home? Or even better, first, just focus on your diet and just walk. You can barely walk, Start with the basics. You don't need such fancy and useless things. I was gonna support you and tell you good job, but you can't expect to do a 5-minute workout and then drink 800 calories right after it and expect to lose weight.
It's more a workout for the person who pushes you. You will need 48 hours fitness.
Yo, $20 right now if you can zip it that jacket.
He didn't say while wearing it, lol.
The guy at the window was kind of flirty with me, so I know I said I would be single for a long time, but it's gonna be hard.
This must happen a lot, since you've been off the meds?
These were all new videos, but let's make a retrospective and see some of the old delusions.
These two lovely ladies walked into the store and they were shopping together and they were yapping and they, seemed to be having a lovely time together. Two friends, I would assume. One of the girls was a straight size, a very thin straight size person. The other girl looked more similar to us. And as they were approaching the sales counter, the straight size person says to the not straight size person, "That's why I can't smoke weed, because I get fat." I realize that this girl probably had no ill intent in saying these things, right? She probably had no ill intent. She wasn't thinking anything badly of her friend. But if you think about it, okay, so you just told your friend, "I can't smoke weed because then I'll look like you."
Yeah.
Oh, what? No.
Why is that so bad? Let's slightly modify the story. An arm amputee and a friend go to the zoo. The friend says, "I don't want to pet the tiger because I can lose my arm."
Oh, what? No. And you said it in front of me. And babe, I know you have eyes. So you said that in front of two fat people.
Do you feel like there's an inference from people who are smaller to people who are bigger, that they don't want to be big too, that it's like a shared commonality, and that's what makes it okay to say? She was like, "Oh, I don't want to do that because then we both be in the same boat."
Exactly. I very much think that's what it is. Like, you don't want to be that way, and I definitely don't want to get that way. So, that's why I'm making this comment, right? It is that assumption. It's that assumption, you're probably not comfortable in your body, and I wouldn't be comfortable in that body either. So, that's why I feel okay making this kind of comment.
Yes, the person without the arm may be confident with his body, but does that mean that we all need to strive for that?
Talking barrels.
Exercise is the single biggest elixir for brain health. And it's amazing how much more powerful it appears to be than nutrition, even sleep. And those things are very important, but exercise is in a league of its own. And we studied this question extensively about 8 years ago. And I initially just refused to believe this was the answer because it seemed too simplistic. I thought there had to be something more powerful.
Let's end this video with some motivation.
The downfall of plus-size influencers who build their entire content and community and following around being fat, lose the weight, and then do a complete 180 of their content and then get mad at all of the fat followers that they built for not wanting to stick around? Are you sick in the head?
So, they followed just because of the weight. Isn't this a little thinphobic?
Are you sick in the head? There are so many influencers and content creators and business owners that fall into this category.
Let's break this down.
The downfall of plus-size influencers.
What downfall? You mean they got healthier, changed their lifestyle, and evolved? That's not a downfall, that's called growth. The only downfall here is the mental gymnastics you're doing to justify staying fat.
Plus-size influencers who build their entire content and community and following around being fat.
So they're now obligated to stay overweight just to make you feel better. They don't owe you their body. They don't owe you a lifetime of health issues just so you don't feel abandoned. That's not a community. That's a cult.
Lose the weight and then do a complete 180 of their content and then get mad at all of the fat followers that they built for not wanting to stick around?
Okay, so let me get this straight. You followed someone because of their size, not their personality, not their values, not even their content, just their weight. And now that they don't match your body type anymore, they're sick in the head for talking about health. No, you're just mad that they reminded you change is possible, and you're still not ready for it. Also, the idea that someone is suddenly evil for sharing how they lost weight. How is that doing a 180? Maybe they learned something. Maybe they realized that glorifying obesity wasn't as empowering as they thought. Is that not allowed now?
I feel people get mad because they see someone making a change which makes them feel like they are left behind.
Why is being overweight an identity now?
That's why you fat. Look at you, greedy. No, you can have it. You can have it. You got it, brother. You thought it was some snacks in there? Look at you. You can go ahead and take it. It's a big box for a big back. Come on and get it. I know you need it.
No, I think I was confused, bro.
Oh, I think you hungry. And people act abnormal when they hungry. Come on and get you his little box. Don't try to run either. I don't want you to have an asthma attack on my porch. Get the box. I know times is hard.
I don't live too far.
I know you ain't walking far. I know you ain't walking far. You ain't got to tell me. Go ahead and get it. Big back. You too big to be a thief. Come on and get it. At this point, I just want you to get the steps in. You never know. It could be some workout equipment in there. That's what you get.
Rage bait into stealing.
Do you think that fat people should have to pay for 2 plane tickets?
I would make them have to be in like fat camps, like concentration camps where they would have to concentrate on diet and exercise, you know?
Being overweight should be illegal.
First, regulate FDA and food manufacturing rules.
I don't exercise to lose weight, and that makes people really angry. There's a really big reason why I don't try to lose weight.
You don't try to lose weight maybe, but would be happy if you do.
Yeah, but being obese isn't healthy long-term, and your fitness goals can improve with less weight.
That's what I want. I want you down on the ground, Jelly Bean. Let's go all the way, Jelly Roll. Let's go. Down, please. On your tummy. All the way down. Yeah, I don't know about handcuffs. You might need a rope.
Yeah, she's the one.
Oh, by far.
2, 3.
Thanks.
Well,
I'll say 3. I would say 3 and
I'm
then
gonna say
4.
3.
Not saying you don't have a personality, but I'm like,
Oh, I'm 5 again.
So this is final? This is final.
You over there, and then like just shift down. Could you switch with her?
I switch her and her. You go over there. Or,
oh, those two. Okay. All right.
And then you over there. You switch. Yeah, that's pretty much.
We're gonna get ripped a new one. I don't want to be the pointer here.
Guys are not afraid to be more blunt. They were straight up, hey, you're attractive, you're not. But girls were like, I don't want to be rude, you know, we're all beautiful in our own way.
Well, I was at 5, and now I'm here, so I'm like, thank you. I don't know, it's very interesting, I feel.
I think when I think of a male viewing me as attractive or not versus a female, it's definitely different. Because in a male setting, judging me, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I'm not stupid, so like, I'm aware of how others view me. I was surprised at them placing me at the bottom, but
it's an evil world we live in.
So Ryan Gosling switched from first to third, and Samsung Fridge fell to fifth.
First lineup equals feelings, delusions. Second lineup equals real-world results.
day today as a fat girl. We're gonna pour this. And I'm gonna add some blue raspberry syrup to it. Not sugar-free, of course. Only a little. We're gonna stir. I'm gonna try it. Look at this! It looks so good. Let's try it. A large fry, of course, and I had some on the way home. The line was so long, these better be good. And a large Coke, of course. Alright, let's try the spicy one first. And I added bacon and tomatoes. 'Cause, yeah. This one, definitely pepper sauce. Right now for the ranch. Okay, McDonald's. Yeah. A couple of these fries. Yes, I changed up my hair up, but let's try some cake pops from Pick and Save. Chocolate first. Not as good as the birthday cake one, but it's up there. Cookies and cream. There's literally a slight difference. For dinner, we have homemade chicken and Alfredo. And some cheesy garlic toast.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Fat people piss me the fuck off. Go lose weight, pal. It's not that fucking hard.
Started working on it not long ago.
What if fat acceptance isn't actually the way it's being portrayed? Let's get into this.
I'm sorry, but being obese is not a good thing. I know. I've been fighting it all my life. Maybe you should fight it too. That's what you sound like in my head, okay? 1, stop telling me that my existence is wrong or bad or not valid.
Okay.
Because that's not cool. And where the fuck did I ask for your fucking advice on my body or my weight? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Oh, I got some pizza stuff on my face. That's okay. Well, where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask for your advice? Oh, wait, nowhere. Never once have I asked for your advice on my body or my weight in my entire fucking life. So I don't know why you're here giving it to me. I don't know why. I don't know why you're harassing me with this information. I don't know.
How old are you? Isn't this a little childish of you?
But you really should take this projection and then continue hating on yourself instead of me. Because there's no need to project your own self-hatred onto me. You should just keep that to yourself and either work on it by following people and pages like mine, or staying in your miserable fucking world and leaving fat people alone, because I don't need to know about you or your life. I never asked, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that you've been fighting obesity your whole life, because guess what? That's not really a thing. But it does sound like you've had a miserable fucking life doing it. So why don't you just stay in your own little bubble, stop projecting, leave me the fuck alone, because I didn't ask.
How is fighting obesity self-hatred? So every fat person should give up just like you and die from obesity? Your advice wins.
Fat people or previously fat people are sometimes the most fatphobic.
The comment's still right.
There's actually a lot of benefits to being fat. Look it up.
So the guy at the checkout line had complimented me on my necklace, but here's the necklace.
No. What he said was, you look like you are necklace.
First class flight to hell.
But what happened to body positivity? Like, the body positivity movement should have been shaming the Ozempic movement. Like, why weren't they speaking up? So when you had to work out to lose weight, then it's body positivity. The second you could do it with your lazy fat ass, now all of a sudden there's a miracle drug. So it turns out you were just a lazy fat fuck the whole time, and this body positivity shit was nonsense. Am I onto something here?
You ain't wrong.
South Park did it.
Throughout this video, let's talk about obesity. Obesity is not just a body type. It's not just about how someone looks in the mirror. Obesity is a major health crisis, one that's robbing people of energy, ability, and time on this planet. It's not about hurt feelings. It's about facts, and the facts are getting worse. Globally, over 1 billion people are now obese. In the US, 4 out of every 10 adults fall into that category. This isn't just some people carrying a little extra weight. This is people who can't walk down the street without losing their breath. People who can't climb a single flight of stairs. People who avoid seats with armrests, who stop running because they physically can't anymore.
Next we have plus-size dating.
Do you think someone being bigger makes them less dateable?
No, I don't think it should. I mean, obviously, in today's society, that is the case, but unfortunately, but I don't think it should be that way at all.
Do you find it unattractive if a guy eats less than you?
I think that's totally fine. I mean, I eat a lot. My man can eat a lot. He can not eat a lot. I don't really care. I don't think that really should affect anything.
Would you yourself date a big boy?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I'm a big girl.
Who do you think should pay on a first date?
Oh, definitely the boy.
We all come in different packages. It's the filling that matters.
I won't date with she.
Okay, let's step on the scale.
Hold on, let me take this sweater off because, you know.
Do you think that's gonna help?
Yes, it's definitely gonna help.
Let me go pee first.
How did you compare the LGBT community to the plus size community?
Because I feel like everybody like needs to be like accommodated, you know? Like they accommodate people for the bathrooms and shit like that. We walk into a restaurant, we gotta look at the chairs and shit like damn, okay, we can't sit and eat here. They ain't got no chairs for us type shit, you know?
To go is accommodating. Take it home and enjoy.
Gastric sleeve. Lizzo did it.
What are you good at?
Like eating and sleeping.
Okay, and what are you not good at?
Everything.
Oh, sorry, I farted.
Let's be blunt, obesity cripples quality of life. It makes basic movement a struggle. Getting in and out of a car hurts. Tying your own shoes becomes a challenge. Breathing is shallow and strained, even at rest. Sweating happens after a short walk. And forget about jogging or sports, the body simply doesn't cooperate anymore. And that's just the surface. Internally, obesity is a slow-burn health disaster. It wrecks your joints. It overloads your heart. It messes with your blood sugar, blood pressure, hormones, liver, and sleep. It puts you on a fast track to diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. And all of that comes earlier and hits harder the longer obesity is ignored.
Everything I eat in a day as a fat girl who eats whatever feels right for me. For breakfast, I'm having strawberry, blueberry, banana, chia seed pudding. Hazelnut oat milk shaken espresso with chocolate cream cold foam. That's really good. For lunch, I'm having air fried Brussels sprouts, meatballs, and a salad with this Monocle's Light sweet and tart. If you're not from the Midwest, you are missing out. For a snack, I'm having this Luna lemon zest bar. For dinner, I'm having chili with cheese and Greek yogurt.
Built like Brock Lesnar.
Say I wasn't ugly.
girl, which I'm not, and I'm confident in that, would they still put me in Nordstrom's? Because that's my face.
It's a political agenda.
That's my face. You can't see my body. I'm gorgeous.
It's political.
I'm gorgeous.
They're trying to push a political message.
Push a political message of what? You can't see my body. I have literally been handpicked by my waist up and told I'm one of the most beautiful models in the world. I get flown from New York to LA to Canada to everywhere in between. And you think it's because I'm ugly?
No, I think it's because there's a political tool.
Okay, so out of all the people, like, you don't think there's one pretty one? They're not putting ugly people up on there.
I feel like she keeps saying she's gorgeous to convince herself.
Confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud.
I got you a secret. Cool. How do I open? And then I got you the Thigh Master. That ain't going between my thighs. Yeah, it is. Or you can do your arm. You chicken wing? We're good, that chicken wing. Man, that arm's gonna be really cold. You gotta shake it, dude. You shake it like you know it. I don't know it. It works. Wait. It works. Ain't that how you work it? Yes, but it looks nasty. Here. Hold it like you know it. Hold it firm. You had it. You got it firm.
You got a dirty behind.
You're gonna make me pee.
Let's get back to the obesity crisis, because this isn't just personal. It affects everyone. Healthcare systems are being buried under the costs of treating obesity-related diseases. US alone spends around $173 billion every year dealing with this, treating conditions that, in many cases, are preventable. That's money going toward fixing problems that never had to get that bad. Obesity also weakens entire workforces. It leads to chronic fatigue, missed work, more disability claims, and shorter lifespans. People can't perform at their best when they're dragging around a body that's breaking down from the inside. This isn't about fat shaming. It's about being honest. A body that can't move properly, can't breathe freely, can't sustain energy throughout the day, that's not freedom. That's limitation.
And I'll be the one to say it because it needs to be said. Big people come on this app and get hate for simply existing in a big body, but y'all eat it up when people do the crumble cookie reviews and eat 4 total cookies in one sitting. 4 total cookies. They eat 5,000 calories in crumble cookies and a big bowl of milk with ice, and y'all say nothing about it. You're sharing it, you're commenting, you're liking, ooh, I can't wait to try those. And a fat person just stands. And y'all can't stand it, honey.
You are comparing fat people to people.
Big people come on this app and get hate for simply existing in a big body, but y'all eat it up when people do the crumble cookie reviews.
Jokes aside, thin people can afford the calories.
Real AF. I'm overweight and I eat healthy AF. Meanwhile, my boyfriend is skinny, fit, and he eats nothing but junk food. But I'm the one who gets targeted for being unhealthy.
Y'all, they were right. Eating better and moving your body actually makes you feel better. What do you mean? Ugh. It's, yeah, eating right and moving your body actually will make you feel better. So, yeah, do with that information what you will. I hate being wrong, but I do feel better.
Fat people should have to pay significantly more on their taxes, and people who are in shape should get a huge insurance and tax discount. I said what I said, and I meant that shit, and I'm gonna explain it. The 2 traits, fat, lazy, they go hand in hand. If you're fat, you're most likely lazy, most likely on government-assisted insurance, government tax cuts, whatever. I shouldn't have to pay taxes to pay for your diabetes foot removal surgery. People who are in shape, those things go hand in hand. Highly motivated, you probably make a little bit more money, you have more self-respect. Just like how Progressive has the drive safe and save, or no speeding, pay less on your insurance. Take 10,000 steps a day and wear this fucking wristband, you pay less on your fucking health insurance and taxes. I'd do that shit. I'm still on my mom's health insurance, but you understand what I mean. People making good decisions shouldn't have to pay for people making bad decisions.
Taxes based off of body fat percentage.
If anything, fat people should get a discount for gym.
Back to the obesity discussion. Children are being pulled into this too. Obesity in kids is skyrocketing. And that means we're seeing teenagers with fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and joint pain, problems that used to show up in middle age. If that doesn't scare us into action, what will? And let's stop pretending it's genetics. The environment we live in is flooded with ultra-processed food, sugar, and cheap calories. Movement is optional, comfort is easy, and it's killing people slowly. No one is born obese. It's a result of daily decisions made in a world that encourages overeating and discourages physical effort.
All of this was new fact thinking, but let's remember some of the old classics. Tess Holiday responds to a comment that says, "You weigh more than my Ford Lightning."
Hi, hello there. I am no car expert, but I do know that if your car, weighs less than 300 pounds, baby, I'm concerned for your safety.
No way she weighs only 300 pounds. But wait.
Besties, on my last post, I was never saying I weighed under 300 pounds. That maybe is how it came out, but it's also weird to care how much people weigh. Ask your dad how much I weigh. He knows.
Then why mention a number? Why 300? Let's end this video with some motivation.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
She looks so much happier.
I am, because my life is so much fuller.
The hard truth is this: obesity is a choice until it becomes a trap. And the longer it's ignored, the harder it is to escape. But pretending it's not a problem? That's just denial. It's not body positivity to pretend that being 200 pounds overweight isn't dangerous. That's not empowerment, it's delusion. So if this sounds fatphobic, good. Maybe it should, because sugarcoating obesity won't stop the heart attacks. It won't make the stairs easier. It won't bring back energy, breath, or freedom of movement. Facing reality is the first step toward fixing it. And this is a reality we can no longer afford to ignore. We have Marissa and her popular take.
For the millionth fucking time, existing as a fat person is not promoting obesity. Loving your body and being confident about your body is also not promoting obesity. So fuck off, bitch.
But making your online presence all about your weight and how great it is indeed promoting obesity.
While this completely true, I'll happily promote obesity. Ahaha facts. I don't know. I got fat because being fat is a super fun, glorious cult.
Obesity costs the global economy over $2 trillion per year.
I am down 4 pounds. That's right, 4 pounds. So I'm very proud of myself for breaking that stall.
444 more to go.
Congratulations, you took a poop.
Do you really think 4 pounds out of 600 is a significant milestone?
Not everyone looks better skinny, okay? Some people lose all of their aura when they get too skinny. Think about, for example, if Barney got skinny, we would all be really scared of him, not charmed at all. So take a lesson from Barney.
And another example, Winnie the Pooh.
Skinny the Pooh, so scary to think about.
Imagine being so fat, and all that inflammation pollutes your brain so you cannot express your thoughts like a normal person. So you come up with a dialogue. Or maybe you are a professional screenwriter. Let's see.
Fat people are gonna die if they don't lose weight. Oh, okay. Well, can I get some exercise clothes to go to the gym with? No. Our clothes only go up to 2X. Okay, well, can I go to the gym to work out without people recording me?
On today's episode of Things That Never Happened, have you ever been to the gym?
That is not our responsibility. Okay, well, I went to the gym anyway, and these people are actually really nice, but I think something's wrong. I'm not losing any weight. So, can I get a doctor that treats my symptoms instead of just telling me to lose weight? Well, they went to medical school and got their degree, so they know what they're talking about. Maybe you're the one that's the problem. It's calories in, calories out. Okay, well, I went to a bunch of specialists, and they said that I need weight loss surgery, so I spent a bunch of money trying to get this surgery, and now I can only eat 600 calories a day, but I'm not losing very much weight. I really think that something is wrong.
Sure, you are the exception. An alien. You are so special. You are remarkable, Karen.
God, you fat people always complain about something. Just say that you want to be unhealthy. Well, no thanks to you, I found out that I have a genetic fat disorder that makes losing weight pretty much impossible. But thanks for making my life a living hell. I'm sure it was great for my health.
Sure, it's the universe's fault. But you are perfect.
Always someone else's fault.
If you exist as a human being, you burn fat stores. Burn more of these fat stores than you store through food and you will have a net fat loss throughout the day. It's pretty simple, really.
Caloric deficit is undefeated.
No matter your hormones, the fundamental truth remains. If you're in a consistent calorie deficit, you will lose weight. PCOS may affect how hungry you feel or how your body uses energy, but it doesn't override the laws of thermodynamics.
A lot of people's first reaction when I say that I'm fat is to go, "You're not fat. You are beautiful." And whenever that happens, I always have the same reaction. I kind of take a step back and I go, okay, then catch me. No? No? Let's do a human pyramid. I'm at the top. Let me ride your cat. I'm gonna kill your entire family. Good luck describing me to the police. She went that way. She has a great personality.
When people say you're not fat, you're beautiful, my response is always, bitch, I'm both.
Every time I go to the bathroom, guess who's complimenting me? Women. If I go to the club, guess who's complimenting me? Women. I go out with women. It doesn't matter what a man thinks.
Honey, they feel bad for you. Who's going to tell her?
Obesity increases the risk of 13 types of cancer, including breast, colon, liver, and pancreatic cancer. Next, we have a fat activist explaining fatphobia.
I know that I am fat, like that's not a surprise to me, but I also am very gorgeous and beautiful. And as a result of that, I feel like it's kind of given me this delusion that people aren't just like extremely fat phobic. Like, I'm trying to like put this into words. I've been living kind of in a fat little bubble. Straight up, like I said, I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm pretty.
Not specifically for this lady, but I have so many questions in my head for deluded fat activists. Are you becoming body positive because you are fat, or did you have the same thinking before? Are you body positive because you cannot lose the weight, not that you don't want to? Why the need to make this public? Do you really think you are gorgeous or just want to profit or attract fetishists? Is the community, the other fat people, deluding you? Do you just want to be different, expressing different views? Why do you split the world to thin versus fat? If you really do enjoy being obese, why do you obsess what others think? Why is everything about fat and weight? Why put so much effort to change what people think instead of self-improvement? I was picturing Marissa while thinking about this.
In my head, all the people that know me and that are around me don't really see me as anything other than just the person that I am. But ever since I started posting on here, and I can read some of the comments that some of y'all are way too comfortable leaving, it's just like made me aware of the fact that, wow, a lot of y'all really just hate fat people for no reason. I guess I kind of liked living in my bubble where I thought that people really didn't care that I was fat. It's kind of shocking how much y'all really care that I'm fat. I'm gonna still keep being my fat, beautiful self. Obviously, I want to be healthier and I want to try to change things so that my health can improve. But I don't know. I just think that a lot of you guys are miserable, and like fat people didn't do anything to you. They're having a hard enough time as is. So fuck you.
You want to try to change, so you are the fat phobic one. And yes, I don't hate you at all. You specifically. I haven't even seen your content. But I really do hate the idea of fat acceptance. Fat is nothing to accept.
I'm sorry there's people lying to you. I wish health for everyone.
Should fat people have to pay for 2 plane tickets?
If they take up 2 seats, I'd say yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because the other person will get over. They shouldn't be paying the same when you're literally in their seat.
What do you think about the people that say that's fat phobic?
I don't think it's fat phobic, I just think it's factual. I'm not fat phobic at all. I just think if you're buying a seat, that's unfair to the other person on the plane.
I don't understand why this is so hard to understand.
It's fat tool.
There's like obese women promoting body positivity. And it's like, I wouldn't want like my
What's
kid.
obese?
like a healthy lifestyle.
No,
like
but
a
obese wise, what's obese for you?
Obese, like a
for
medically
me,
obese.
if you see me, you What's her consider me range? obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese,
Okay.
but it's like medically,
So,
you know.
so like for example,
you're medically obese though.
Yes, I've been medically obese since I was like 12, and I was not obese.
Well, does anybody here?
So
would anybody here explain what they mean by medically obese?
Exactly.
They're gonna say the
BMI.
Someone's gonna say the BMI chart. Someone's gonna say the BMI chart.
Sorry, but if you have a BMI of 45, without question, you're unhealthy.
Losing weight improves the quality of life. What I eat is fat. What I ate at my 8 to 5.
What I ate in 5 to 8 minutes.
Guys, stop bullying her. She already has a lot on her plate.
Diet Coke does not help at all, by the way.
I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. Donald Trump.
Gonna show the rest tour?
It's not 9 to 5, so the cookie doesn't count. To be honest, I most often do not eat at all at work because of not having the time or need. What about you? Please write in the comments if you have more or less than one meal at work. Maybe her eating is perfectly okay if the dinner is light.
If you're a big girl that hasn't traveled because you're worried about flying while fat, this is the video for you. This is the tightest I've experienced. I always recommend going to the bathroom as soon as people start boarding.
It's not the plane, it's your habits.
Bathroom before boarding. Groundbreaking. You're right. She's probably breaking ground left and right, I bet.
Next, we have a guy who is okay. I've came across some of his videos and he seems like an inspiration to others. But this claim is not okay.
Who the hell thought that it was a good idea for most of these treadmills to have a weight limit of like 300 or 350? I understand that the average person weighs under 300 or 350 pounds, but there are a lot of fat asses like me that weigh much more than that could really use that, because walking outside sucks, especially when you weigh 500 pounds like I do. So let me know, am I stupid? Am I missing something? Is there a company out there that just makes a 500 pound capacity treadmill? Because when you search 500 pound treadmill on Google, it actually brings up treadmills that weigh 500 pounds.
You cannot be mad about this. Come on. And what is so bad about walking outside?
90% of your weight loss progress will come from being in a calorie deficit.
And I don't trust anybody who be in the gym all year and still big. Where are the results? Did you eat those too? Shit.
If I wasn't in the gym, I'd be bigger.
Let's end this video with some of the old delusions.
I have a hot take to share that's not actually a hot take, but people will think it's a hot take because they're offended and or feel judged by it. Stop using the word obese or obesity, especially if you're talking about a fat person. But just in general, just don't use the word obese or obesity to talk about fat people or fat bodies, because we are not a disease. We are not scientific experiments. We are people. If you want to talk about a fat person, you can call them a fat person of size, a plus size individual, etc. You do not have to use the word obese. It is not an accurate term to discuss human beings or their bodies. In addition, on the mid-size post, a couple folks said, well, I identify as mid-size because I'm not obese and I'm not skinny. And I think to me that's a red flag.
I really don't get what the problem is with the word. Of course you are morbidly obese. Not just obese.
What?
What?
This doesn't make any sense.
Yes, nothing makes me hurt more than this word.
Maybe the most popular fat influencer on TikTok who fights for bigger clothes.
And in case you were wondering what Walmart's plus sizes look like right now, this is it. This is it, and this is all. This is it. This is it right here. And let's take a big step back. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's all ugly.
They are not plus sizes.
Maybe it's a sign.
Is BMI accurate for you? Yeah. I'm tired of that question. For you, it is. BMI is not accurate for people who have a lot of lean muscle mass, right? So it wouldn't be accurate for Ronnie Coleman. It wouldn't be accurate for Jay Cutler. For you who got a big back, yes, it's accurate. But let's say you want me to say that the BMI is racist, that it's not accurate. Okay, fine. Then look at the mirror then. Look at the mirror and ask the mirror. Mirror on the wall. Who has the biggest back of them all? You do. So you don't want to use the BMI chart because it's racist, and you want to fight the BMI chart because it's not accurate. Okay, you don't want to fight Chick-fil-A? You looked in a mirror. The mirror said you had a big back and that you couldn't see your toes in the shower. So instead of fighting Chick-fil-A, you want to fight the mirror now. You don't fought the BMI chart and you won. You don't fought the mirror and you won. And then now you're just consuming Chick-fil-A. I think it's time that you fight Chick-fil-A.
When they say it's inaccurate for bodybuilder, I always just ask if they're a bodybuilder. Usually sets them off.
Every single time a couple posts on this app where one person is fat and the other person is not, there's only 2 types of comments.
She frames this like anti-fatness, but people online react anytime a couple looks mismatched, whether it's age, height, race, money, looks. If there's contrast, it's suspicious. That's not fat phobia, it's internet culture, and it doesn't revolve around you.
One person is fat and the other person is not. There's only 2 types of comments. And the first type of comment is, I don't get why he's with her. Or like, she can do so much better than this. Or like, LOL, ran straight to the comments. And the other type is like, I just know he doesn't play about you.
It feels like what she's actually saying is only say what I want to hear. And if your entire argument is people aren't commenting nicely enough on my relationship, that says a lot more about your insecurity than it does about the public's morality.
And the other type is like, I just know he doesn't play about you. I bet she has like the best personality. Or I came to the comments just to make sure everyone's behaving. Have y'all never just heard the compliment like, what a beautiful couple, you look very happy? Can y'all just be normal for once? Fat people are hot, and there are people of all sizes that want to date us and do date us. Stop acting. Stop it. Stop.
Saying fat people are hot over and over doesn't make it a universal truth.
Listen, I'm just jealous of both because I'm sad and single.
I know he gives the best hugs. Girl, shut up.
I have type 2 diabetes, and honestly, my life is much better now because people have finally stopped telling me I'm gonna get type 2 diabetes. I mean it. Like, if you have, if you're fat or if you have like a mom, just get type 2 diabetes. She'll have to come up with anything else to talk to you about.
Of course, it's funny when your health is a joke to you.
Do you keep like a glass for the I told you so's?
We're going to that slow lunge walk.
Lunges? I didn't even know what a lunge was. I thought they were saying lunch.
She hungry.
How was the gym?
I didn't go to there.
What? I didn't raise no fucking bitch. Go to the gym.
She obviously ain't never been to one. It was his rest day, bruh.
I want people to eat hard cookies and I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to do it. I don't want it. I want a soft, moist cookie. That's the only cookie I'll eat. I won't do a hard cookie.
What about Oreos?
I'll do an Oreo.
She folded like yesterday's laundry. For the end, we have the fat lazy mom, aka Donut Mom. You may remember her from the fat drama video. I will link it in the description if you are interested. Let's see her latest one.
Y'all keep saying my house is filthy because of a video someone edited about me. Because of a hate page that made videos about me. My house is normal, and I will show it to you. My kitchen. Clutter. That's it. Clutter. No, I don't have maggots. These are all clean dishes. These are the dirty dishes. Those are all clean dishes. Look, my stove's clean. My daughter's room has toys in it. This is my youngest daughter.
You know she spent days cleaning to prove a point.
Yeah, a YouTuber recorded his call, reporting her a day ago, and they were taking it seriously. Guarantee she's had a visit and decided to clean. Bloodspath. I've never watched him until that video, but he had her address and everything.
When I came across this comment, I got intrigued, but haven't watched the video yet. Apparently, he reported her to the police.
In my room with my bunnies that you guys all complain about. And yes, they do poop on the floor, and yes, it gets cleaned up every single day. But I have a normal mess. And I'm not going to show my bathroom because my daughter's in there right now. So y'all wanted a house tour? There's the house tour. Now leave me alone.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
The rabbit poop echoes of cleanness. So I came across a video that perfectly sums up everything that's wrong with the modern fat acceptance movement. This creator spends 4 straight minutes venting about how hurt she feels when someone she follows decides to improve their health. So let's break this down. I'm going to play the original video in parts, and in between I'll give you my take.
Hey Gorge, do you have a moment for me to just vent at you? Because I've got some stuff I want to say.
Here we go. Anytime someone opens with, "Can I vent?" you know it's not going to be a rational discussion. It's already framed emotionally, not factually.
I'm a content creator, but I'm also a content consumer. And I really, really, really feel that sense of mourning when you've been following someone for a while because you aligned with their content or their morals or their ethics. You know, I'm talking about the body positivity content creators, and then they just pull the rug from under you and say the most body negative thing you could think of in relation to weight loss. Because I believe that body positivity and weight loss are not mutually exclusive. They can, work in harmony.
This is where the confusion begins. Saying body positivity and weight loss can coexist, great, in theory. But let's be honest, this entire rant contradicts that. If you really believe that, you wouldn't feel personally betrayed when someone loses weight. You'd celebrate their progress.
Positivity and weight loss are not mutually exclusive. They can, work in harmony. It's all about how, for me, the most important thing is how you then reflect and talk about your previous self, which was bigger or before weight loss. Now, I want to say content creators, on one hand, don't owe us anything. You know, like they can switch up their content, their lives will change, they're multifaceted people, and we can decide whether we engage with it or we walk away.
This part almost fooled me. She makes a reasonable point. Content creators can change and audiences can choose to stay or go. Totally fair. But the second half of the video contradicts that entirely. She says we can walk away, but spends the rest of her rant trying to morally shame creators who shift their message or focus on weight loss. This isn't about freedom of choice. It's about gatekeeping authenticity based on staying overweight. And that's as ridiculous as it sounds.
We engage with it or we walk away. I think that's really important to establish. But there is this sense of betrayal when, especially when it comes to like body positivity and being in marginalized bodies, and this idea of like, you know, loving yourself at every size. It's really, it does feel like a betrayal when someone's built up a platform on this idea of being a safe space, on it's okay to be fat or it's okay to be bigger. You know, we love ourselves at every size here. It does.
This is where it gets manipulative. You're told, love yourself at every size, but only as long as you stay at that size. If you lose weight, you're suddenly a sellout, a traitor. Isn't that the exact opposite of self-love? It's more like body imprisonment.
It does feel like a betrayal when someone's built up a platform on this idea of being a safe space, on it's okay to be fat or it's okay to be bigger. You know, we love ourselves at every size here. It does feel like a betrayal when they flip the script and all of a sudden, you know, not only lose weight, because like I said, the losing weight thing isn't a problem for me. It's how they then talk about themselves. That's the bit that really upsets me, because I'm like, oh, did you really believe anything you were originally saying, anything you were originally preaching to your followers? Or, I don't know, were you just like jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get money out of it? Or, I don't know, I can't help but be that cynical about it. I guess my point is, if you're seeing content from people that you used to think were safe spaces that no longer like makes you feel safe, you can absolutely unfollow them.
If someone else's decision to improve their life and health triggers you, that's not their issue. That's yours to process. Self-love doesn't mean forcing others to stay in the same place as you. It means cheering them on when they make changes, even if those changes remind you of something you're not ready to face.
And it's fair to feel a sense of betrayal because like some of these people have made absolute careers of doing that and are only losing weight now because they've got collaborations with surgeons because of their followings.
So let me get this straight. They're mad at someone for leveraging a large following into medical help, but aren't they also building a platform off their body type? This is projection disguised as activism. It's jealousy in a fat suit.
Like, that really makes me laugh. And there are still people out there like me. And this is just like a plug for myself. And there are still people out there who are advocating for those things and truly believe it. Like, I will always be a body positivity advocate and fat liberationist, regardless of what size I may be. Because until all of our bodies are accepted, respected, and are given the dignity, the health care, the employment opportunities, the access that we all should have, then none of us are free. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about freedom. True freedom means the ability to choose growth, to reflect, to change, to say, I wasn't okay, and now I am. The fat acceptance movement often demands stagnation, not freedom. It's a trap disguised as love.
None of us are free. You know what I mean? The beauty standard will just get stricter and stricter and stricter. And if we're spending so much time judging ourselves, judging each other for not hitting that made up fucking parameter, then what are we not spending energy doing? Like, I think it's so important to preach self-love and positive self-talk and self-respect and dignity. Because if we're comfortable within ourselves, then we're comfortable to advocate for ourselves. And that means speaking out against the fucking system that wants to keep us down. If we're too busy in here going, well, am I worth that? Am I allowed to have access to that? Or maybe I should lose weight before I do that. Like, then we're not fighting the fucking system and they're the ones taking the fucking piss. This will always be a safe space. I'm not going to flip-flop on you.
Maybe you should. That's what growth is. The fact that this person frames consistency as a virtue, even when that consistency means staying in an unhealthy, unsustainable lifestyle, shows how much pride has replaced logic. Evolving is not selling out. Changing your mind isn't betrayal. It's proof that you're learning, that you're doing the hard work of growing. You are allowed to want better for yourself. You're allowed to reflect on your past and admit everything. That makes you honest. If this movement can't handle people changing, then maybe it's the movement that needs to change.
Hey, real talk, I think these gym gooners are in a dangerous cult and we don't talk about enough. In this TED Talk, I will... No, really, but I'll keep it brief though. If you want me to go more in depth, just let me know in the comments. So I follow the cult leader, Captain Danielle Messinek, and she has a list of 10 red flags of cults. And boy, do that gym bro culture hit every single one of them. Let's go through them real quick.
So let's get this straight. Being into fitness and taking care of your body is now a cult. Let's play along. She's listing 10 cult traits and applying them to gym bros. Let's take each one and show how it actually fits fat acceptance like a glove.
The charismatic leader and his skinny white woman. Every cult has a messiah, and in this case, it's the alpha male podcasters, the shredded motivational speakers, the TikTok influencers who tell you that you're not disciplined enough to do the work, but don't worry, he's got a solution. And his girlfriend, hot, thin, and agrees with everything that he says. Well, until she doesn't fit his standards anymore.
This is so wrong, and no one looks up to alpha males. But this point indeed perfectly applies to the fat acceptance movement, where leaders preach delusions. Look at Tess Holliday, proudly declaring she's anorexic while promoting obesity, or Virgie Tovar, who's built an entire career convincing people that wanting to lose weight is a form of violence. They tell you what you want to hear, that health is a scam, effort is oppression, and your critics are just jealous. Their followers eat it up, literally and figuratively.
2. A sacred assumption. Here, it's fat is bad, thin is good. Health equals weight loss at any cost. Your effort equals your morality. There is no room for nuance, just belief.
She claims the gym cult believes fat equals bad, thin equals good. Is that really so wrong? Being thin is generally healthier, but fat acceptance, in fact, turns this into a binary 2, just in reverse. They believe fat equals good, weight loss equals betrayal, and concern equals hate. They worship the idea of health at every size, and if you question that, you are no longer wanted. No nuance, just belief. Sounds familiar?
3. A transcendent message. You're not just working out, you're going on a holy quest to becoming the best version of yourself. Their promise? Your salvation through suffering.
She mocks gym-goers for turning fitness into a holy quest of self-improvement, but fat acceptance sells its own version of salvation, and it's built on pure fantasy. According to body positivity, if you reject dieting, ignore health warnings, and declare unconditional self-love, you'll reach inner peace. They call it liberation, but it's not freedom, it's surrender. They trade hard-earned growth for emotional comfort and label that transcendence. Gym culture challenges you to grow. Fat acceptance tells you that growth is betrayal. Which one sounds more like a cult?
4. Self-sacrifice. You're encouraged to hurt, to skip meals or have bland chicken breasts and unseasoned rice, to ignore your body when it's screaming no in the name of discipline. Injuries, starvation, that's just commitment, baby.
She portrays fitness as self-abuse. But what fat acceptance demands is a far greater sacrifice, one that's long-term and far more devastating. Followers are encouraged to ignore their doctors, deny their physical suffering, and accept chronic illness as part of who they are. Instead of discipline, they promote denial. Instead of balance, they promote surrender. They call it listening to your body, but when your body is screaming for help, they tell you to silence it. So, when someone sacrifices their mobility and lifespan to stay loyal to a belief system, that's cult behavior.
5. Isolation from outside ideas. You unfollow fat people. You block body neutrality. Anyone who questions the grind is soft or making excuses. Suddenly, your whole world is the gym. Everything else is suspect.
She claims fitness culture isolates people from outside opinions. But this is projection. Fat acceptance is one of the most insular, echo-chambered communities online. People are encouraged to block doctors, researchers, and even friends who question their beliefs. Words like calories, BMI, and overweight are treated like slurs. Medical professionals are dismissed as biased, and any attempt at weight loss is labeled self-harm. That is classic ideological isolation.
6. A secret language. No pain, no gain. No days off. Discipline over motivation. It's just a calorie deficit. That's not jargon, that's code. And if you don't speak their language, you're not part of their chosen.
She mocks gym phrases like no pain, no gain and calorie deficit, calling them cult code. But let's flip that. Fat acceptance is filled with loaded language designed to manipulate thought. Thin privilege, anti-fat bias, diet culture, internalized fatphobia. These aren't neutral terms. They frame every opposing idea as violence or oppression. It's language meant to shut down dialogue, not foster it. If you can't even say overweight without being accused of hate speech, then that's a code.
7. Us versus them mentality. They're healthy, you're lazy. They're grinding, you're gross. That's not fitness, that's supremacy.
She claims gym goers look down on others. But fat acceptance draws the harshest lines. Between the woke and the oppressors, even other fat people are attacked if they pursue weight loss. The movement thrives on division. You're a damn sect. Just think about this video. You are making a video out of nowhere attacking a group of people. Why?
8. Exploitation of labor. You're told to push, suffer, sell, recruit, and pay for it too. Coaching packages, meal plans, protein pyramid schemes, questionable dietary supplements. They're profiting off of the shame that they're conditioning you into.
She goes off about fitness influencers selling coaching, meal plans, and supplements. Okay, grift exists everywhere. But fat acceptance accounts are the highest monetized on TikTok. Look at the extreme takes, only for views. One group is selling discipline, the other is selling a fantasy. Take your pick.
9. High exit costs. You try to leave, and the guilt hits you hard. Weight gain? You're the failure. Rest? Weak. That gym family that you built your whole life around cuts you off. You're not just leaving a routine, you're leaving a faith.
She says, gym goers feel guilt if they stop. You know what happens when someone tries to leave the fat acceptance bubble? They get torn to shreds. Say, I want to lose weight, and all of your followers become enemies overnight. Even when your health is giving up, they'd rather let you die loved than live longer. You'll be accused of betrayal, performing fatphobia, and caving to oppression.
And 10. The ends justify the means. They will literally die on this hill. EDs, chronic injuries, damaged metabolism, all excused in the name of results. As long as you're losing weight, they don't care what you lose with it.
She ends by claiming gym culture doesn't care if you get hurt, as long as you lose weight. And yet, fat acceptance does exactly the opposite. They don't care if you die early, develop diabetes, or live in chronic pain, as long as you feel valid. They'll celebrate you into a coffin. As long as you're proud, that's all that matters.
All this isn't discipline. It's indoctrination into a dangerous ideology. Tomorrow, we'll talk about what actually healthy groups look like, and why fat liberation is the kind of exit door that some people are terrified of.
Fat acceptance isn't just wrong, it's dangerous. And if you want to talk cults, this is where the real red flags are. Apparently she has PCOS, which is her excuse. But PCOS can make it harder, not impossible. Your hormones aren't magical, fat-trapping forces beyond all reason.
I was once 315 pounds. I blamed everyone. I blamed my genetics. I blamed my lack of money. I blamed my job. I blamed everything. I started to take accountability and actually tracked my calories, and I lost it. I lost all of it. I went down to 165 pounds, which is healthy for my height, and I've never felt better. I genuinely hope you learn to not make excuses and do the work it takes to get better. Or don't. It's your choice. No one can make the change but you.
These people are staying healthy and improving their body. They're in a cult.
I'm a gym gooner, but I'm 215 pounds at 35% body fat. Am I in this cult?
Let's break down this video that perfectly captures the delusion of fat acceptance.
If I have to lose weight in order to have a voice, a presence, and for you to respect me, I am not the problem.
Heavy on this. This is kind of how I've thought of it for my entire life.
Let's stop here. This idea that respect must be unconditional, regardless of how you treat your own body, is the core flaw in the fat acceptance movement. Respect isn't handed out, it's earned. And yes, appearance often plays a role in social dynamics. That's human nature. If you demand that people ignore health, biology, and social reality just to validate your feelings, that's entitlement. If you're visibly neglecting your health, society doesn't owe you admiration or applause. Basic decency, sure, but respect, that's earned through discipline, character, and personal accountability.
Expecting somebody to change their body for you to respect them is, in my opinion, incredibly narcissistic. And we're not saying, oh, you have to date someone you're not attracted to, because I know that's the first place y'all are going to jump in the comments. No, we're talking about treating somebody with basic decency.
So she calls it narcissistic to expect someone to lose weight for others to respect them. But what's more narcissistic than demanding the world change how it perceives you while you refuse to take responsibility for your own health? Also, she frames this like it's just about being treated like a person. But the subtext is clear. It's not about decency. It's about demanding celebration of unhealthy habits. This is manipulative framing. People aren't withholding kindness. They're pushing back against a culture that's normalizing chronic illness. Nobody is obligated to affirm your life choices, especially when those choices come with serious health risks. You just hate the truth.
We're talking about treating somebody with basic decency and as a human being. That's all. And a lot of you have this idea that I'll treat them with basic decency when they prove they deserve it by losing weight. And it's like, you want this person to go through whatever it takes to lose weight, which, you know, for some people is a fucking lot. Like, I have PCOS. I've never lost weight without cutting my calories down to triple digits. Never. And if you're going to tell me that's just what I have to do, no. Because I should not have to make myself weak and hungry and dizzy for you to like me, for you to approve of me, for you to treat me like a decent fucking human being. And just the narcissism of assuming someone is going to contort themselves for you so that you will pay them attention is just unbelievably, like, callous to me. And as the person who's being asked to shrink themselves to be approved of, that is so fundamentally disempowering, and just, it feels like it would kill my soul.
This statement says it all. The idea that choosing health is somehow a form of spiritual oppression speaks a lot about this mindset. Choosing not to take care of your body just to, quote, spite people who value health? Wow. The body doesn't care if your choices are political. It responds biologically. High blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems as consequences. She also brings up PCOS, as if it's a barrier to health. Of course, medical conditions exist, but they don't exempt you from the effort to manage your body. People with diabetes still monitor sugar. People with anxiety still go to work. Having a challenge doesn't make the responsibility disappear. Fat acceptance wants sympathy without responsibility, and that's not how the world works.
To shrink themselves to be approved of, that is so fundamentally disempowering, and just, it feels like it would kill my soul to do that, to lose weight specifically for other people's approval. In my youth, when I would go on these crazy diets and lose weight, I did not want to tell anyone. I did not want to hear their comments because I did not want them to think I was doing it for them. Even though on some level, I probably was, because it does give you access to better treatment.
Exactly, and that's the point. Society does treat you better when you appear healthy, disciplined, and self-respecting. Why? Because those traits are universally associated with reliability and effort. You're not entitled to the rewards of hard work without doing the work.
I did not want to hear their comments because I did not want them to think I was doing it for them. Even though on some level, I probably was, because it does give you access to better treatment, and I was doing it for the person in my head, the gaze in my head that said you won't be beautiful or worthy or good until you are thin. And that voice in my head was undoubtedly informed by other people and was undoubtedly part of the way that I saw myself through the lens of how I assumed other people would see me. I could not separate that. But even so, Thinking of explicitly losing weight so that a person will like you makes me literally sick to my stomach. I don't know if people realize how fundamentally disempowering it is to be told that you need to do this for other people. You need to do whatever it takes to shrink yourself so that you'll be liked more, so that you'll get access to things, because that's changing your entire life. That's devoting your entire life, okay? It's not just a little lifestyle change where like, I eat sugar-free candy now instead. It's like, no, every single day I track everything I eat in an app. And if I go over, I have to fucking hate myself.
This is projection. Millions of people live healthy lives without turning it into a neurotic obsession. If her relationship with health is toxic, that's not an indictment of weight loss. It's a reflection of her own emotional instability. Fat acceptance wants to make self-improvement look like abuse. And that's incredibly dangerous. Health doesn't demand perfection, it requires intention. And this movement demonizes anyone who dares to have it.
Every single day I track everything I eat in an app. And if I go over, I have to fucking hate myself. And for me, that has led to physical, literal self-harm in a lot of ways. And they're asking you to do that for them to approve of you, so that they'll like you. You need to do that. You need to spend every waking moment of your entire life. You need to think about everything you put in your mouth and stress about it. You need to check in the mirror every day to make sure you're still acceptable so that they'll like you. For them. Fuck no. I do not even have words for how disempowering that is. And honestly, part of me just wants to stay fat to piss those fucking people off. Because they want you to do all that for them instead of simply being nice to you, treating you like a person, not harassing you on the internet. You could do something so fucking easy, and instead you need me to grovel and suffer and put myself at your feet and beg for your love. See? That feels like maybe you have some psychological issue, and me being fat maybe is not as big a mental disorder, which I hear people say all the time, as you being cruel and sadistic.
You seem like a crazy woman. But let's get serious. You can't scream, "Accept me," while mocking anyone who disagrees. This ideology thrives on guilt, demands worship, and punishes truth. At its core, it's about denial. Self-love isn't staying where you are, it's becoming better, and that requires work.
All of this. And since our whole world system is pushing thinness, guess what? They want you disempowered. The system and those who hold power in it want you powerless, weak, and hopeless, and with no capacity left to fight their bullshit.
Dieting is not correlated with weight loss.
Well, yeah, fat's a choice. Fat consequences. Woo!
You need to lose weight. You'd be so pretty if you lost weight. No.
I need you to start wrapping your head around the idea that people can pursue fitness without a weight loss goal.
I'm fat because I drink too much red wine and I don't exercise enough.
That's not true. You're not fat because of what you eat and how much exercise you do.
If you think fat people talk about weight a lot, then you haven't been around or lived with people who are fatphobic.
Body positivity wouldn't exist as we know it today if it weren't for fat liberationists, if it weren't for the work of queer, fat, disabled, Black activists.
Fat acceptance, the only movement that requires no movement at all.
For the millionth fucking time, existing as a fat person is not promoting obesity. Loving your body and being confident about your body is also not promoting obesity. So fuck off, bitch.